Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today on a blessed Friday, Alhamdulillah, we are doing another live show showing the fear of these anti-Ahmadis when it comes to Ahmadi Muslims. Now, just yesterday, Ali Dawah and this Sheikh who calls himself Sheikh Mohammed, they did a live show and they had a show and they allowed questions from everyone. And when I come into the equation, because they know I'm an Ahmadi Muslim, look at how they had to respond. So I'll share the screen for everyone so that they can see this video. Let me actually play it from, just so everyone is aware of what happened. I'll play it from. So this is to show that they know they cannot discuss with Ahmadi Muslims. They have to always make excuses when it comes to us.
Yeah, okay. Next one. Ahmadi?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
No. This is gonna. I know him. He keep coming, and then he keep coming. He will take part of the clip because I didn't see his thing.
Okay.
But some brothers they told me what he does. You say something, and then he will set up something. And
Are you
they're agreeing.
Are you from the Qadiani religion, brother?
He's
Yes,
from the
I'm
Qadiani religion.
Ahmadi Muslim. I had a question about the
Move,
Quran.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, brother, we're gonna
in another debate.
all right.
No.
Assalamu
The issue is,
alaikum.
by the way, the issue is this guy. You know what? He's scared. They're scared from. This is how it is. He will take this. He's scared. They're scared from us. You know that's how it is.
Yeah, no
He's
problem.
he's one of this scumbag. He keep coming all the time, and he will do this. Yeah, and he will do this. The brothers they told me. I don't watch that, but the brothers they told me.
Yeah.
When he calls and he will ask a question, set up a question, and then he say, "You see, he doesn't know what he's talking about, or he's affirming us."
Ignore
So
it.
that's how he is, yani.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you like, I can ask my question. Now I waited in the queue.
Are you Qadiani?
He is the same
Yes,
Qadiani.
I'm
Yes.
No,
By the way, we are
I
not.
stayed here. I didn't leave and come back.
We are
Ali
not.
Dawa
We
said
are,
I can ask after the
okay.
others.
No.
Go repent to Allah and ask
Brother.
Allah to guide you to the
Alhamdulillah, I
right path.
follow the Quran and Sunnah. I have a question for both you brothers from the Quran.
You're
I
not
just
our
want
brother. So move on.
Next
in
caller.
humanity,
You're not our
brothers in
brother.
humanity. So
Yeah.
you're afraid of answering the Quran. So as you see, after this, they removed me, even though they first said that, they first said that they would let me ask after, but of course they didn't let me ask my question because the questions that I've been asking them, there is no answer to them. That's the truth. There's no answer. And recently, Muhammad Ali Mirza Sahib, he tried to answer one of my questions and he trapped himself. And that video will be worked on soon. I have it. I have the answer, Muhammad Ali Mirza, in video, and he trapped himself completely. And we will make a full video on that as well. Now, the issue is that these people, they cannot discuss with us from Quran and a Hadith, and now they have to ban us from their streams. They won't let us come on their streams. Obviously, some people do allow us. This isn't the case with everyone, but especially their ulama, when it comes to discussing from Quran and a Hadith, they do not want to engage with Ahmadi Muslims. As you saw in this short clip that Ali Dawa and Sheikh Mohammed, they were so afraid because last time Sheikh Mohammed answered my question, he ended the arguments of many of the Sunni Muslims who keep saying that Ar-Rusul excludes Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. So this is just to show that these people actually have no arguments at all. They're just, following the falsehood of their forefathers without caring for the truth and what Allah the Almighty Himself says in the Quran and a Hadith. Now, there are a few other things that we see that these people, they will never discuss Quran and Hadith, and they want to bring us away from the Quran and Hadith. Now, some Ahmadis in our stream, they're obsessed with a few people, and they just always keep saying their names. It's really unfortunate. I've explained this many times that the tabligh is not limited to one individual. We engage with even their ulama for the awam, for the general public, not for us to try and convince these people. Their hearts are sealed. They hate the promised Messiah, and we do pray for them, but when we speak to them, our aim isn't to convince them. Our aim is that those listening should pay heed and for once open the Quran and look at the verses we present. We have to keep this in mind. The purpose of a discussion is always for those listening that they see both sides and see which side is following the Quran and a Hadith. So unfortunately, some come in the comments regularly and it's the same people, and they just say one person's name every time or two people's name every time, and then they expect us to run after these people and beg them to come on our stream. It doesn't work this way, and I hope they listen and they reform themselves in this matter. Anyhow, as explained, these people, they cannot discuss with us. It's clear from this video as well. Sheikh Mohammed, I've asked him so many times, and he just doesn't have the courage to discuss with Ahmadi Muslims. And the reason is because his own scholars actually refute him on literally everything, and he knows that if he speaks, he's gonna just be refuted by his own ulama, and they don't have to deal with this when it comes to Shias, Christians, or anyone else. But with Ahmadi Muslims, they do have to deal with this because everything the promised Messiah ﷺ said, their own ulama are nowadays accepting that. So this is one really important point I wanted to let everyone know, that they should really focus on tabligh as a whole and not just on one or two people. That's not what tabligh is. This is what people want. They want you to just be focused on them and not focus on the awam nas. But whenever a prophet comes, it's always the ulama who oppose. So why should we make them our goal? Our goal is only to speak to them, because when we speak to them, more people get the message. Even when we went on all the dawah wise streams, the purpose wasn't, oh, we're going to convert Mansoor or Hashim. That was never, we can't, obviously it's Allah who guides, but the goal was always that the awam, the general public, will be listening to us and hearing our arguments. So this is really important to keep in mind. I've also on the screen, you would see the ticker that says the Telegram channel name, so that could help you with all the new videos and all the new updates that we have. They will be shared on that Telegram channel, and this way you won't miss any of the live streams. This is the best way, because I've been getting emails from people that we need the StreamYard link, and you know it's hard to, we never know when you're live. So this is the best way. Someone asked, can we take clips from your videos and post on TikTok? Yes, 100%. Anyone is free to use these videos and clips in any way they like. Just make sure you understand the purpose of each clip. Sometimes brothers don't understand and they try to use the clip. So first watch the video, fully understand it, and then inshallah you can definitely use anything you like, and there's no restrictions. I don't even ask for credit. You can even block my logo, you can remove my voice, put your own voice. I have no issue with that, as long as the message is spread and it's not altered. Like if I'm saying something and you want to use that same clip, make sure the argument is as Hazrat Masih Maud has said, because that is our main goal, to share the view of the Hakam and Adal, the promised Messiah salam. So we're sharing the StreamYard link as well. If any non-Ahmadi wants to come, they can join as well and discuss with us. Now, there's a few other important points that I wanted to share. For those doing tabligh, if you have Sunni Muslim friends, always make it a clear, point to them that while we're discussing, we should both pray for each other, and you should read the books of the promised Messiah. You can choose, a few books, and you can focus on those and ask them to read these books. And you can, for example, suggest them to read the lectures of the promised Messiah, even philosophy of the teachings of Islam. If you can make them agree to Haqiqatul Wahi, then that, in my estimation, is an automatic convert. If you make someone read Haqiqatul Wahi in full and they pray, they will become Ahmadi. Even Hazrat Masih Maud requested all Ahmadi Muslims that they should be reading Haqiqatul Wahi, because that book literally addresses every topic and everything one by one. Now, apart from that, if anyone has any questions in the chat, they are free. They can ask anytime. I will answer them in detail. We had a recent Salafi scholar accept our view on Falamma Tawaffaytani. So Sunni Muslims are still silent on that. They have no answer there, They know the ulama are now putting them in trouble by accepting what we've been telling them. We have Asadullah with us. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Gee, do you have any questions today for us?
I might have some questions, but not at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So I'll share that video first of the Arab, and we want the Sunni Muslims to tell us what they think about this. It's like we present such, proofs for them from their own scholars now, and they just don't even address it, which is unfortunate. Imagine if they were making videos of our ulama, we would address everything and respond to any allegations they raise, and we do. So this is one of the videos that I recently found, so I will share that.
فلما توفيتني قبضتني إليك فيها أن الرسل سيموتون إنك ميت وإنهم ميتون وما جعلنا لبشر من قبلك الخلد من كان يعبد محمدا فإن محمدا قد مات ومن كان يعبد الله فإن الله حي لا يموت كل نفس ذائقة الموت كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فالكل سيموت فلما توفيتني كنت أنت الرقيب عليهم إذا كان عيسى عليه السلام لا يدري شيئا عما حدث بعد موته وكذلك رسولنا إذا كان عيسى عليه السلام لا يدري شيئا عما حدث بعد موته وكذلك رسولنا إنك لا تدري ما أحدث بعدك.
If you have not yet subscribed, so as you see, he himself was forced to accept that the Tawaffaytani means death. Once you accept the Tawaffaytani means death, the matter is cleared, and what happens is that the matter becomes clear because it's explicit that the shirk began after the death of Isa alayhi salam. That is the main point. And when they accept it means death, then obviously, because Isa alayhi salam is saying after my death they went astray, and today the Christians are astray, and that's a clear sign that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam has died. because the Christians are astray today. There's no, what will your response be to this ayah? The only way they respond to this is they try to say tawaffa means to take the body and soul up to the skies, a meaning that's not, proven from Quran or a hadith. And the Quran actually refutes this meaning and makes it clear that tawaffa is only the taking of the soul. And even when they try to say it means the taking of the body, now many of them have left this belief because they know it's a complete lie. And this is the whole, argument that we present for them. So now we were, inviting them, and we see that again another day and they don't show up, the anti-Ahmadis. Ali Dawah has blocked me on Twitter. He's afraid to discuss from Quran and a Hadith. Muhammad Hijab has me blocked on Twitter as well. I've challenged him as well. There's many other scholars. Asim al-Hakim has blocked me. So many others have blocked me. I invited Musa Adnan to discuss with me. He was not interested either. And I gave them such a good offer that they come on my stream. I just present the ayah. They have to just prove their translation. That's all it is. And they won't ever be ready to address these verses. But people are thinking now, and they are seeing these clear proofs from the Quran, and they'll never have an answer to these verses, and their old answers now, they don't work anymore. So for all those in the comments, make sure you're doing tabligh to your Sunni friends, inviting them to Islam, Ahmadiyya. Many will accept. Trust me, there's a lot of Ahmadi youth who message me that they're doing tabligh to their Sunni friends, and many end up listening as well and know Ahmadiyya is the truth. I'm in contact with one young brother as well who's researching Islam, Ahmadiyya, and there's many more. Like I mentioned, I got a email from Germany, and this is a small channel. There's much more converts coming from like the Arab brothers who are doing tabligh and many others as well, because obviously those are official platforms. I only have a small channel where I try to answer the questions and bringing the people to the truth. So, how to start with the tabligh? The best way is the condition of the Muslim Ummah. You can start with that and be like, look, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made clear prophecies that in the end times when Islam is divided, which they accept it's divided, when the ulama have lost the true Islam, which they also accept, the majority of the ulama are misguided, then someone had to come to revive the faith. So where is that man? This is how you can start your discussion, and then you can introduce Khalifatul Masih to them and the efforts of Islam, Ahmadiyya. But always remember, we can do everything for the world. The Sunni Muslims generally, they care about aqaid. So aqaid are the most important as well. If your aqaid are not true, then anything you do, like, it won't convince anyone. So the best way for that is to show them the clear cut verses of the Quran that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam has died, and they cannot respond to this at all, and this is the unfortunate thing, that the youth as well, they don't really focus on Quran. They get really excited with the culture, but they don't actually follow what Islam is actually saying. Not only this, you can also give them books, but those religious Muslims, you can tell them, look, I'm an Ahmadi Muslim. If I'm wrong, prove it to me, right? And show them the verses we present with the Bukhari ahadith, and you will see that no one can answer these questions. Now, you brothers are seeing that I'm here almost every day challenging their ulama. I'm not even a scholar. That's the first thing. I just, alhamdulillah, read the books of the promised Messiah. I know he's truthful, so I want to show the world that he's true. But these ulama, they are so afraid that they do not discuss with us. And there are some ulama that we've shown their videos as well. They say you cannot even discuss with the Ahmadi Muslims, do not debate them. Even Muhammad Hijab, he said that as well. So next I'm going to show that video of Muhammad Hijab, and you'll see that them accepting that they can't debate us is itself a sign of our victory. You know, the truth is already clear. It's just our job now to actually show the world. We're just not doing our part. That's the reality.
Focus. Like if you speak with some of these Qadianis and stuff, they'll want you to focus on whether or not Jesus died. And they'll even bring you aqwal from tafsirs and what is the word mutawafika, but this is where they have the most leverage, because what we come back and say, well, actually it doesn't matter whether or not he died, because that's not what the claim really just starts there. It doesn't mean if we believe that Jesus died, which we don't believe, but if we believe that Jesus died for the sake of argument, if we believe that Jesus died, which we don't believe, but if we believe that Jesus died for the sake of argument, it doesn't mean your religion is right and our religion is wrong. It doesn't have creedal disproving or creedal proving implications, because you still have so many layers of things to prove. So when if you spend an hour speaking to a Qadiani and 30-40 minutes of it is speaking about whether or not Jesus died, it will make it seem as if they have leverage which they don't actually have. So instead of focusing on whether or not Jesus died, let's focus whether or not it's possible for there to be a new prophet.
Now, the reason Muhammad Hijab tells his viewers not to debate the death of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is because they all know that they cannot respond to our arguments. Bro Haji has also failed to respond to any argument we presented from the Holy Quran. Now, Muhammad Hijab acts as if this topic is not important, even though his scholars go to the extent of saying that one who denies that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is alive in the heavens is a disbeliever. The truth is they cannot respond to the arguments of the Ahmadi Muslims. When the death of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is proven from the Quran, Ahadith and views of the Sahaba, then it becomes explicitly clear that the one to come would be someone from the Ummah, and then we can focus on his signs. However, till this topic is not discussed, then even if we prove that every sign was fulfilled in Hazrat Ahmad alayhi salam, they will end up saying, we agree, but the latter-day Messiah was to be the same Messiah of Bani Israel. Once the death of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is proven, the truthfulness of Hazrat Ahmad alayhi salam becomes crystal clear. In fact, his own scholars have accepted that when Ahmadi Muslims get you to debate the death of Isa alayhi salam, then they have won. So never debate them on the death of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. Furthermore, you have one group, one Jamaat chosen by Allah who is preaching that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam has passed away according to Quran, Ahadith and the Sahaba. And then you have majority of the Muslims saying otherwise. If the death of Isa alayhi salam is proven, the truthfulness of Islam Ahmadiyyat is also proven.
For the sake of argument, चले हम मान लेते हैं, हम कह देते हैं कि आपकी कि भाई उनकी वफात होगी, कि भाई उनकी वफात होगी, कि भाई उनकी वफात होगी थी।
तो सबसे पहले जो बुनियादी बात होती है वो होता है कि किस मौजू पर बहस कर रही है, मरज़ई से किस मौजू पर बहस कर रही है। अब हमारे सादा नौजवान जो हैं, मुसलमान भाई, सुन्नी भाई, उन्हें हयात ईसा पे इतनी तैयारी नहीं होती। वो शातर, चलाक, तावीलों के बाहर, तावीलों के गुरु, उन्होंने चंद तावीलें घड़ी हुई होती है और वो मुसलमानों को उलझा देते हैं, और अजराए नबूवत में भी ऐसी वो तावील करते हैं। अब हमारे मुनाज़र को चाहिए कि सबसे पहले वो मौजू सिलेक्ट करे जिस पर उसकी अपनी कमान है, गिरफ्त है उसमें, और गिरफ्त डेफिनेट है। सबसे आसान बात किरदार मिर्जा।
अब सवाल ये है कि जब हमारे उनके साथ इख्तिलाफात हैं, चूंकि हम एक तालीम ताल्लुम के शोबे में बैठे हैं, माशाल्लाह आप तमाम का ذہن جو ہے مناظرانہ ذہن ہے. تو اس میں ہمارے والد صاحب رحمۃ اللہ علیہ یہاں پر فرماتے تھے کہ قادیانیوں کے ساتھ جب بحث مباحثہ ہو تو اس میں ایک مسئلہ ہے تعیین موضوع کہ ہم ان کے ساتھ موضوع متعین کریں کہ ہم اور تم بحث جو ہے وہ کس موضوع پر کریں گے. موضوع تو 3 ہو گئے، حیات اور وفات مسیح علیہ السلام، دوسرا ختم نبوت، اجراء نبوت، اور تیسرا صدق و کذب مرزا کے موضوع پر. اب اس میں یہ ہے کہ قادیانی جو ہے وہ کوشش کریں گے، قادیانی کوشش کریں گے کہ حیات و وفات مسیح کے موضوع پر بحث کی. وہ کہیں گے کہ حیات و وفات کے موضوع پر بحث کرو، یا کہیں گے کہ ختم نبوت اور اجراء نبوت کے موضوع پر بحث کرو. آپ ان سے کہیں گے کہ صدق و کذب مرزا کے موضوع پر بحث کرو.
تو توجہ سے سنیے، تو مطلب یہ ہے کہ 3 موضوع ہیں ہمارے اور قادیانیوں کے درمیان. اب قادیانیوں کی کوشش یہ ہوتی ہے اور وہ اپنے ٹریننگ دیتے ہیں اپنے آدمیوں کو کہ جب بھی بحث کرو تو حیات کی سفر کرو، ٹھیک ہے زندہ جاؤ. کیوں؟ اس کے لیے ان کے پاس قرآن کی آیتیں ہیں، کچھ حدیثیں بھی ہیں اور آیات ایسی ہیں جس سے عام آدمی دھوکہ کھاتا ہے. اس لیے وہ کوشش کرتے ہیں کہ جب بھی بحث ہو تو عیسیٰ کی حیات پر وفات کا ہو اور اس پر وہ چیلنج بھی دیتے رہے. یا دوسرے نمبر پر وہ یہ کہتے ہیں کہ اگر بحث ہو تو اجراء نبوت پر وہ نبوت جاری ہے یا بند، اس پر بھی ان کے پاس آئے نہیں. یا بنی آدم اما یات جنکم رسول، اے بنی آدم تم میں رسول آتے رہیں گے. یات جنت مطالعہ کثیرہ نور استقبال کا ہے یا نہیں. اللہ یستبی من الملائکۃ رسلا ومن الناس، اللہ چنتا رہتا ہے، چنتا رہے گا رسولوں کو. اس کے لیے اس لیے ان کی کوشش یہ ہے کہ یا بحث ہو وفات مسیح پر اور یا بحث ہو اجراء نبوت. اور ہماری کوشش یہ ہوتی ہے کہ بحث ہو مرزا قادیانی کی سیرت پر، اس کے ڈسکورس پر، اس کے کلچر پر. اگر آپ اپنا موضوع منوا لیں تو آپ کامیاب، اور اگر انہوں نے اپنا موضوع منوا لیا آپ سے وفات مسیح دونوں کامیاب. اور اگر انہوں نے اپنا موضوع منوا لیا آپ سے وفات مسیح دونوں کامیاب. اور اگر انہوں نے اپنا موضوع منوا لیا آپ سے وفات مسیح دونوں کامیاب. درجہ کیا کہ آپ اپنا موضوع منوائیں اور ان کا اپنا منوا لیں اور ان کا. دوسرا درجہ یہ ہے کہ آپ اگر اپنا موضوع نہیں منوا سکے تو ان کا بھی نہ مانو. اپنا موضوع نہیں منوا سکے تو پھر بھی کیا ہوگا، برابر آ جائے. آپ اپنا موضوع مرزا قادیانی کی سیرت نہیں منوا سکے تو ان کا وفات مسیح بھی نہ مانو کہ حکیم نے کہا ضرور مان لو. بھائی اتنا ہے، اگر آپ میں طاقت اور قوت نہیں اور آپ اپنا موضوع ان سے نہیں منوا سکے تو ان کا نہ مانو. یہ کس حکیم نے آپ کو مجبور کیا کہ وفات مسیح مان لو؟ عقل آ رہی یا نہیں؟ سمجھ آ رہی یا نہیں؟
محمد قادیانی کے بارے میں جب ہمیں تربیت دی جا رہی تھی، مولانا منظور احمد اپنے جو تھے کرا رہے تھے، ہمیں تربیت گاہ کروا رہے تھے، اس میں کیا کہا گیا؟ ہماری کتابوں میں لکھا ہوں کہ قادیانی ہمیشہ عیسیٰ علیہ السلام کی زندگی اور موت کا مسئلہ اٹھائے گا اور تم نے اس کو بالکل اگنور کرنا ہے. تم نے قادیانی کے کردار کو ٹارگٹ کرنا ہے. پڑھاتے ہیں کہ نہیں پڑھاتے ہم منظور چنیوٹی صاحب کہ تم نے کسی طرف نہیں جانا، تم نے اپنے آپ کو بس قادیانی کے کردار پر پکڑ کر رکھنا. وہاں وہ کہہ رہے اتھے مورچہ لانا ہے، تس اتھے وہ کردار تے مورچہ لانا ہے ظالموں. اور نبی کریم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے کردار پر مورچہ لگتا ہے آج ہمارے ہاتھوں لکھے ہوئے.
میں آپ کو کہتا ہوں کہ اگر آپ آئیں، ہم نے تہذیب سے بات کرنی ہے. الحمدللہ ہم نے کوئی لڑائی جھگڑا تو کرنی نہیں. میرا صرف ایک سوال ہے اور میں آن ایئر سب کو کہہ رہا ہوں، آپ صرف یہ ثابت کریں اور کوئی نہیں. عیسیٰ علیہ السلام آسمانوں پہ گئے، زمین پہ گئے، وہ ہمارے لیے امپورٹنٹ سوال ہی نہیں. عیسیٰ علیہ السلام آسمانوں پہ گئے، زمین پہ گئے، وہ ہمارے لیے امپورٹنٹ سوال ہی نہیں. عیسیٰ علیہ السلام آسمانوں پہ گئے، زمین پہ گئے، وہ ہمارے لیے امپورٹنٹ سوال ہی نہیں. ہمارے لیے امپورٹنٹ نہیں، ہمارے لیے امپورٹنٹ نہیں. हमारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है।
میں اکثر ایک بات کہتا ہوں کہ قادیانی اس پہ تو بحث کرتے ہیں کہ عیسیٰ علیہ السلام زندہ ہیں یا نہیں ہیں. ان سے یہ بولنا چاہیے کہ تمہیں عیسیٰ علیہ السلام کے زندہ ہونے نہ ہونے سے کیا کرنا ہے. اگر فرض کر لو کہ وہ زندہ نہیں ہے، فرض کر لو کہ آخری محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم آخری نبی نہیں، نقل کفر فرض کر لو، تو اس پہ بات کرو کہ مرزا غلام احمد نبی تھا یا نہیں تھا. یہ ضروری تو نہیں ہے کہ نبی اگر بالفرض آخری نبی نہیں ہے تو پھر مرزا نبی ہے.
میں کہتا ہوں ان کو میرے پاس رہو، کتابیں پڑھیں، چھوڑیں ان باتوں کو کہ عیسیٰ علیہ السلام زندہ یہ مردہ. کتنے کہہ رہے ہیں مردہ؟ سر سید احمد خان کہتا ہے مردہ، یہ پرویز کہتا ہے، یہ کوئی مسئلہ جو سمجھتا مر گئے اتنے انبیاء مر گئے، یہ کوئی بات نہیں. چھوڑیں ان باتوں کو کہ عیسیٰ علیہ السلام زندہ یہ مردہ. کتنے کہہ رہے ہیں مردہ؟ سر سید احمد خان کہتا ہے مردہ، یہ پرویز کہتا ہے، یہ کوئی مسئلہ جو سمجھتا مر گئے اتنے انبیاء مر گئے، یہ کوئی بات نہیں. جو سمجھتا مر گئے اتنے انبیاء مر گئے، یہ کوئی بات نہیں. جو سمجھتا مر گئے اتنے انبیاء مر گئے، یہ کوئی بات نہیں.
We also see that Muhammad Hijab has changed his entire belief of Khatm Nabuwwat. Before, he used to say that there is no prophet after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He has also denied that the latter-day Messiah would be a prophet in his second coming, and used to believe that he will not be a prophet when he comes. Now we see that Muhammad Hijab has changed his entire Aqidah and says that no new prophet will come. Where did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say no new prophet will come? This shows that even according to Muhammad Hijab, La Nabiyya Ba'di does not mean that no prophet will come. He himself does ta'wil. The truth is that La Nabiyya Ba'di only means that no prophet will now come who goes against the Sharia of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the latter-day Messiah would not contradict this hadith, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself said that the latter-day Messiah would be a Nabi. However, he would be from among the Ummah. He would not bring anything new and would revive Islam. Muhammad Hijab is unable to prove that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is alive, and is now constantly telling the Muslims, do not discuss this topic with Ahmadi Muslims. They know that they cannot respond to the arguments of Ahmadi Muslims. However, we will continue to discuss this topic, and it is important because it's mentioned in the Holy Quran. Sadly, it seems as if even the Quran now holds no importance in the eyes of Muhammad Hijab.
مسلمہ عقیدہ ہے کہ جو شخص بھی مسیح کے نام پر آئے گا وہ لازم النبی اللہ ہوگا. پرانا آئے گا یا نیا آئے گا یہ ایک الگ بحث ہے. اور تمہارے اپنے ماننے والے، تمہارے اپنے مفکرین یہ بھی لکھ چکے ہیں کہ ہوگا یقیناً نبی اللہ، اور پرانا نہیں ہوگا، بدن آخر سے ہوگا یا دوسرا شخص ظہور کرے گا، اور مہدی اور عیسیٰ دو الگ الگ وجود نہیں ہوں گے. بس جہاں تک جماعت احمدیہ کا تعلق ہے، یہ مسئلہ اتنا واضح، اتنا قطعی، قرآن اور حدیث کی روشنی میں ایسا ثابت شدہ کہ روز روشن کی طرح واضح اور کھلا کھلا ہے. کوئی بھی اس میں شک کی گنجائش نہیں، کوئی اندھیرا نہیں ہے اس کے اوپر. اور 100 سال سے تم ہم سے جھگڑے کر رہے ہو، اور 100 سال سے یک طرفہ جماعت کے اوپر ظلم پر ظلم کرتے چلے جا رہے ہو، اور آج بھی ان ظلموں سے باز نہیں آ رہے. ابھی آج ہی سندھ سے ایک اور اطلاع ملی ہے کہ پہلے سکھر کے امیر کے اوپر حملہ کیا گیا تھا، ان کو زخمی کیا گیا، اس سے پہلے وہاں ایک شہید کر دیے گئے تھے. اب نواب شاہ کے امیر کو آج صبح 11 بجے شہید کر دیا گیا. کیا اس طرح یہ مسئلے طے ہوں گے؟ ایک احمدی شہید کرو گے، 2 کرو گے، 4 کرو گے، 1000 کرو گے، جتنے چاہو شہید کرتے چلے جاؤ. ہم تو یہ جانتے ہیں کہ خدا تعالیٰ انہیں زندہ ہی قرار دیتا ہے اور زندہ ہی قرار دیتا رہے. تمہیں توفیق نہیں ہے کہ جسے خدا زندہ کرے تم اس کو مار سکو. ہاں، جسے خدا نے مار دیا ہے اس کو زندہ کرنے کی کوشش کر رہے ہو. تم اس بات میں بھی ناکام رہے ہو، اس میں بھی ناکام رہو گے، اور کبھی عیسیٰ کو زندہ نہیں کر سکو گے. اگر جماعت کو مارنا ہے تو 10 یا 100 یا 1000 آدمیوں کو مارنے سے جماعت نہیں مرے گی. ایک آدمی کو زندہ کر کے دکھا دو، ساری جماعت مر جاتی ہے، اور وہ حضرت عیسیٰ علیہ السلام. اتنا لمبا جھگڑا ہو گیا، 100 سال ہو گئے، دنیا کہیں سے کہیں پہنچ گئی، اور آج سے 100 سال پہلے، اس سے بھی پہلے سے تمہارے علماء یہ کہتے ہیں کہ تم بالکل تباہ حال ہو چکے ہو، اسلام کا نام و نشان تمہیں باقی نہیں. تو عیسیٰ بیٹھے کر کے رہے ہیں اوپر اترتے کیوں نہیں؟ احمدیوں کو مارنے کی بجائے ایک مرے ہوئے کو زندہ کر کے دکھا دو. और मैं जमात अहमदिया की तरफ से चैलेंज देता हूं तुम्हें, इस बात पर झगड़ा खत्म हो जाता है। अगर हजरत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम को तुमने जिंदा उतार दिया तो खुदा की कसम मैं और मेरी सारी जमात सबसे पहले बैत करेंगे। सबसे अव्वल बैत करेंगे, हम पुराने अकीदों से तौबा कर लेंगे और ईसा के आगे भी लड़ेंगे और पीछे भी लड़ेंगे और दाएं भी लड़ेंगे और बाएं भी लड़ेंगे, क्योंकि हम तो हाँ करने वाले, आमन्ना व सद्दक ना कहने वालों में शामिल हो चुके हैं। लेकिन ये भी मैं तुम्हें बताता हूं कि अगर तुम्हारा ईसा, अगर वो फर्जी ईसा जिसको तुम पेश कर रहे हो बफर्ज महाल अगर जिंदा आसमान पर भी गया है तो वो उतर भी जाएगा, तब भी तुम उसकी मुखालफत करोगे, तुम्हारे मुकद्दर में मुखालफत लिखी गई है। ये झगड़ा क्यों तय नहीं करते इस तरह, क्यों दुआएं नहीं करते, क्यों खुदा के हुजूर माथे नहीं रगड़ते कि बहुत बड़ा इख्तिलाफ हो गया, दुनिया कहीं से कहीं पहुंच गई है, खुदा उस ईसा को भेज। तुमसे तो इस मामले में यहूदी बेहतर हैं कि आज तक दीवारे गिरिया के पास जाके सर पटकते हैं और कहते हैं कि ऐ खुदा उस मसीह को भेज, उस एलिया को भेज जिसके बाद मसीह ने आना था। तुम्हें कोई हसरत नहीं, कोई दर्द नहीं तुम्हारे दिल में इस्लाम की जिंदगी का। ईसा तो ईसा, अभी तो दज्जाल का गधा भी जाहिर नहीं हुआ जिसके ऊपर बैठकर दज्जाल ने सफर करने हैं और हलाकतें फैलानी है दुनिया। फिर के जाकर कहीं ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम की बारी आनी। कहानियों में बस रहे हम, किस्सों में रह रहे हैं, तुम्हारा कोई भी ताल्लुक बाकी नहीं रहा। हसरत है तुम पर और हम इन हसरतों के साथ तुम्हारे लिए दुआएं करते हैं। मैं उस खुदा की इज्जत और जलाल की कसम खा के कहता हूं जिसके हाथ में मेरी जान और तमाम अहमदियों की जान है कि अगर वाकईतन ईसा जिंदा है और हम झूठे हैं तो हम सबको हलाक कर दे और नेस्त नाबूद कर दे, मगर खुदा की कसम ईसा मर चुका है और इस्लाम जिंदा है। आज इस्लाम की जिंदगी तुमसे एक विद्या चाहती है, वो क्या है? ईसा की मौत। इसलिए ईसा को मरने दो, इसी में इस्लाम की जिंदगी है। Assalamu alaikum.
So this was the challenge of Khalifa Rabi Rahmullah from many years ago, and even when I debated Adnan Rashid, he mentioned this video, he saw it as well. But unfortunately, the Quran no longer means anything to these people. It's really unfortunate that the Quran is so clear on the death of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, but these people do not want to listen to what Allah the Almighty has said in the Holy Quran. So we are sharing the link for anyone who wants to join. They should come in the stream and discuss with us. If they have any questions, they can ask as well. I'm also now sharing the StreamYard link. Let me share that for any non-Ahmadis who want to join, inshallah. But we know that unfortunately most of them do not join, and they are afraid because they know we have Quran. Someone said Sheikh Uthman posted a video yesterday telling Muslims to unite. Shias, Ahmadis and Sunni, saying we shouldn't mention what sect. Okay, you're saying he deleted it now. So you should have, if you ever see such things, you should record them right away so they're unable to delete it. But if you can tell me the title of the video, I can try finding it. But I don't think he would say with Ahmadis as well, because they do not believe in unity with Ahmadi Muslims. We have someone in the back chat named Hi. If you can in chat tell me if you're Ahmadi or non-Ahmadi, and then if you can also put your camera on for a few seconds, I can see you in the back, just to make sure you're not one of those anti-Ahmadis who are abusive, and then we can add you, inshallah. So we're just waiting on you to do that. If you can quickly do that so we can have you on the stream, inshallah. We would love to discuss with you. So we're just waiting for you. Do you hear me? Hi from the back chat. If you can clarify that you hear me, and if you can quickly tell us if you're Ahmadi or non-Ahmadi, and then we can add you to the stream. Okay, so we have we're sharing the link in the okay, so ATS in the comments, do you remember where this video was, like, and also if you can tell me what the thumbnail was or anything like that, any information you have, because I'm sure if he had said that, it would have, you know, become a big thing in the social media and whatnot. So do you have any other information? I'm trying to find it right now as well, but nothing as of yet. So what other info do you have on that? Because it seems as if no one has mentioned it anywhere. And if you did see it, and if he actually said that, then obviously the Muslims would have, you know, clipped that out. And he has a lot of enemies, trust me. So if he had said that, and I'm not doubting that he didn't say it or anything, but it is quite possible that you misunderstood him and he said all Muslims should unite, and you're thinking he's including us, but they don't believe we're Muslims, right? This is the point. They believe we're disbelievers. And yeah, so anyhow, we don't need their unity anyways. You know, you can never unite with those on false aqaid. Yes, in the sense of uniting for good, we can do that. We have Hilful Fudul, the Waqi of Nabi Sallallahu, and Harb Fajjar. You can read about that, where for goodness, if you unite on something, like we have, you know, peace conferences and whatnot, that's fine. But as for aqaid, we cannot unite with them, nor will they ever unite with us. And that's what Islam demands us to do, that when it comes to haq and batil, we don't join them. And but if you can, ATS, you should spend your time finding that video now, because if you can find that video, we can inshallah use it and respond to it as well. But I don't think he would say such a thing, because I've been in contact with him in the past through social media, and he doesn't believe, they don't believe we're Muslims. And if he says that, he would be cancelled, which he already is cancelled by the Muslims generally, but there are a lot who like him. But if he says this, he would be they would be more against him, if anything. So you try finding that. If you find it, inshallah, I can share it on my channel and we can respond to it. But until then, we await you. You can email me on that. So someone asked about Ahmadis on Speaker's Corner. Those Ahmadis, unfortunately, they haven't studied Jamaat and they go. We've tried to tell them personally not to go. But if they still go, that is not, they are not representing us. They don't read the books of the Promised Messiah and start debating. This is against the etiquette of debate. Debating isn't for everyone. You need to at least read Haqiqatul Wahi, cover to cover, if you want to debate a non-Ahmadi Muslim, and you should know their arguments as well. It's not as simple as it seems. You need to actually know what they're saying as well if you want to succeed in your tabligh, because end of the day, those videos are watched by many people, and you have to remember that. So apart from that, Sheikh Uthman ibn Farouk, he said he would call me and discuss with me. I gave him my number as well, but then unfortunately he stopped replying. So I'm still waiting. Hopefully he ends up getting in contact, but I doubt he will. And he also doesn't believe in unity with people on false aqaid. He's made that clear. This is the Salafi view. So I'm unsure of what video you're talking about. Anyhow, if any non-Ahmadi wants to join, we're sharing the link. We're waiting for you to come and discuss with us. We've invited everyone to discuss with us, whoever he is, and there's no restrictions. If you are in contact with any of these people, you can share these videos with them, these challenges to them. They should come and discuss with us. I'm trying regularly to contact the ulama. Like I said, it's not to convince them, it's for their followers to see that their ulama cannot answer the arguments of Ahmadi Muslims. So we are trying. I just messaged Usman ibn Farouk again on his fans page, his students page. He used to run this page, but now he no longer runs this page. So I've been contacting them. So hopefully he does respond. Unfortunately, he was in Canada and I didn't get to see him here. But when Adnan Rashid came, I quickly went. And even in the future, if any of them come here, I will, inshallah, try getting to them. So we are sharing the link. I'll share it on other platforms as well. But unfortunately, we've seen the same trend that they don't want to join us. And the reason they gave us, one reason Adnan Rashid gave us, is he doesn't want to give us publicity. But I released 7 debates of mine with Adnan Rashid, and they forced me to delete those, and they said they would send copyright. Now everyone knows why. The earlier debates of Dawah wise, they had to stop those because that was in our favor, in the sense that it was equally timed and we were able to quote Quran Hadith. But now it's like advertising the stream with one topic and not even touching that topic, which is unfortunate. But end of the day, our tabligh is happening through their channel, so we are going to take that. But like Hazrat Masih Maud has said, there should always be equal time in discussions. You should make that a rule beforehand. It's hard to convince them, but we can continue trying, and inshallah they will listen. We even know Asim al-Hakim, he also banned me from his channel, and he's also afraid to debate with the Ahmadi Muslims. So that's another big scholar who says don't even discuss with the Ahmadi Muslims. That's his view. He says that Ahmadi Muslims are, God forbid, like dogs, and you shouldn't respond to those who bark. This was his view, although all we quote is Quran and a Hadith. So according to him, Nauzubillah min zalik, those quoting Quran and a Hadith, he calls them dogs, and these people quote everything but Quran and a Hadith, and they have no answers to these arguments. In fact, Asim al-Hakim accepted the Ahmadiyya view on Tawaffa, as you see on the screen. He says that it's only sleep and death, nothing else. So you cannot say on Day of Judgment, as Isa is saying, oh Allah, when you put me to sleep, only you know what happened. If he's going to wake up from that sleep, he would know. And how can he say that they went astray after I went to sleep? Right? That no one can accept that. This is why the Salafi scholars were also forced to accept that here in Tawaffaytani, it does not mean sleep, rather it means death and nothing else. So alhamdulillah, the arguments have been given to us by the promised Messiah salam, and they have no answers to these arguments. And these verses of the Quran will stay in the Quran, like I always say. So you should never fear that, oh, they might bring out a new verse. They cannot. The Quran is complete, and the verses will remain. Now the reason these ulama tell the Muslims don't debate with the Ahmadis is because they know they're not prepared. Now, look at this video of this Sunni scholar accepting Adnan Rashid wasn't prepared when he discussed with me.
So, Razi, if you want to discuss it, come and show us what you made of. But not tackle people like Brother Adnan Rashid when he's not prepared and he's in a masjid and he just asked for 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and then you go on for 25 bombarding. This is Bukhari, this is Quran, this is Bukhari. But not tackle people like Brother Adnan Rashid when he's not prepared, and he's in a masjid.
Now, what else should a person quote in a debate? They don't want me to quote Quran. They don't want me to quote a hadith. So what else should you present to Adnan Rashid? Do you want us to present, novels or the Bible? When we present other sources, they say, no, we don't accept anything. And when we present Quran, they say, why do you present Quran? Now, the Sheikh is saying Adnan Rashid wasn't prepared. So if he's prepared, he should debate me. That's the first thing. The second thing is that Adnan Rashid has been doing hour-long streams. If he's not prepared, then who is prepared? In fact, he's more prepared than this Sheikh. This Sheikh has no knowledge of, the Ahmadiyya arguments, which is why he always traps himself whenever he speaks. For example, he recently accepted that Ar-Rusul includes Hazrat Isa and exposed Adnan Rashid. Let us look at that clip.
No, this is a very common question. I'm assuming this particular individual is...
No, it does include him. It does include him. It does include him, yes. It does include him. It does include him. It does include him, yes. But, he wants me to go into this, yeah? And this is the question that they ask, but none of them knows Arabic. Yes, it does.
So he spent so much time saying Ar-Rusul includes Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. The debate is over once you accept that, with all honesty, because on Khalat you cannot argue, because Allah himself explains that Khalat is only death or being killed. So this is our goal. I always tell Ahmadi Muslims, bring them to this, that Ar-Rusul includes Isa alayhi salam. Khalat is an easy debate. Ar-Rusul, they can try, giving excuses. But on Khalat, in 2 minutes, they will be finished on this. And someone said that debates don't work. Now, you're right in the sense they don't work for the person you're debating, but the people learn our arguments and see the arguments, and it does impact them for sure. Even the Adnan Rashid debate, if you look at the comments, there are many Muslims saying that yes, Hazrat Isa has died, and there's no verse in the Quran that says he's alive. So those debates help in that sense. And there's many Muslims now who are believing in the death of Isa alhamdulillah. We've made so many videos on this topic alone, and it's been really inspiring to see that Allah is opening their hearts in one way or another. Like, for example, they now accept that the tawaffa is not the body going up. This is a big change. Now, Muhammad Ali Mirza, when I confronted him on this, he had to, make an excuse that the truth of the matter is that it can mean both sleep and taking the body up to the skies. Now, this is really foolish, of course, and it shows that they have nothing to say with regards to our arguments. Now, I will be responding to Muhammad Ali Mirza on that eventually, but right now we're just waiting. We're waiting for them to basically give us some more. We're trying to engage with them more before we fully discuss with them. We have Ahmed in the back chat. You would have to add your headphones or else there will be an echo. So this is the notification from StreamYard. If you can add your headphones and then we can have you join us. So apart from that, we're inviting, you know, non-Ahmadi Muslims, and they haven't joined yet. Yeah, so we have that video of Muhammad Ali Mirza as well. We will inshallah make a video on that. Yes, Ahmed, brother Ahmed, you can join us in the stream and ask us a question. Brother Ahmed Oruf from the chat, I sent you the link. You can come join us. Assalamu alaikum, brother Ahmed. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well, doing well.
You know, I've been watching pretty much all your streams, all your videos, all your debates, and it's quite obvious you've already said everything. Like, I'm not adding anything new here, but it's quite obvious that yes, they don't want to debate from Quran, they don't want to debate from Ahadith, because there's absolutely no debating on these matters when it's very clear. And the thing is that once you prove that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam has passed away, then they're faced with only one question: if not him, who? Who? If he's not coming back, according to what they're saying, then who's the promised Messiah? And then you're forcing them to actually contemplate and think about this particular question, which they don't want to face because they don't have any answers for that.
Yes, brother Ahmed, Jazakumullah. Really important, you know, question you have asked them. I hope they answer this question, because once they accept Hazrat Isa alayhi salam died, they're forced to, their whole Aqidah is obviously challenged. Now they have to, you know, they have to first prove that, they have to first obviously accept that their understanding of the ahadith are completely wrong, and then they also have to, you know, believe that someone else is coming in the spot of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, and now their whole aqidah is destroyed, and they have to become Ahmadi because they're not going to accept anyone else. And the one who brought this teaching, of course, he would be the truthful man. Recently, brother Ahmed, even a famous Pakistani scholar named Javed Ahmed Ghamdi, he also said this, that the Messiah, when he comes, he would be, you know, someone will come to revive the Muslims. He's made that clear, Javed Ahmed Ghamdi as well. So we are waiting for the people to come and discuss with us. I have one, yeah.
Sorry, so while you're waiting for those people to come, I just have three things I want to mention, and it's three ayahs in the Holy Quran. And I don't know if you can bring it up on your screen or if you just want to read them or if I should read them for you.
You can read them and give the reference as well. That would be nice.
So the first one, the first one is Surah An-Nahl and 1621. And obviously from this ayah, it's very obvious that Allah is talking about the Christians or talking for the Christians. And it says, and those on whom they call beside Allah create not nothing, but they are themselves created. So whom they call besides Allah, okay? Who is it that prays to anybody other than Allah? What I know is the Christians, they pray to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So obviously these are besides Allah. So here Allah is speaking for those people. Now it's interesting because 1622 says, they are dead, not living, and they know not when they will be raised. which is clearly in opposition to that. If you're praying to Hadrat Isa alayhi salam, then he is dead. He's not living, and they don't know, and he doesn't know when he will be raised, which indicates that he's not sitting up in heaven, or he's not sitting up in the sky, or he's not sitting up on some chair beside Allah, okay, waiting to come back down. Because the very next verse, the very next ayah says, your God is one God, which means that he's confirming, I am not three, I am not four, I am not two, I am not 135, I am but one God. It's very clear from, at least to my understanding, my minimum understanding. And I'm sure that you may have a different point of view, or you may agree with my tafsir of these ayahs. The next one I wanted to mention was 21, Al-Anbiya. And the first one is 21:8. And it says, and we sent none as messengers before thee, but men to whom we sent revelations. So ask the people of the reminder if you know not. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm reading the ayah before it because this sets it up. Because the important one is 21:9, which states, and we did not give them bodies that ate no food, nor were they to live forever. How can anybody claim that somebody is living up for 2,000 years if Allah is saying we're not giving them bodies where they ate no food and they're not going to live forever? It makes absolutely zero sense. And I hope that if you want, you can read the Arabic portion. I'm just doing this in English because you stated that your stream is in English. The very last one is this. It's Al-Mu'minun. And we'll start off with 23:15. It's number 23. It says, then we fashioned the sperm into a clot. Then we fashioned the clot into a shapeless lump. Excuse me. Then we fashioned bones out of this shapeless lump. Then we clothed the bones with flesh. Then we developed it into another creation. So blessed be Allah, the best of creators. This ayah is indicating how the human development cycle is going. So we understand how it starts. We understand what happens to the fetus, and while it starts to grow, and then the beautiful thing is the very next verse. Once again, 23:16 says, "Then after that you must surely die." And then it says 23:17. Then on the day of resurrection, you will be raised up. Nowhere here does it say you will be raised up and waiting in the skies along with me until the day of resurrection, where I'm going to send you back down. Then you can do some more stuff. And then I'll call you back up on the day of resurrection. It doesn't say that. It's quite clear. It's very clear. It doesn't need even any debates or anything about it. And this is just from someone who's very humble, and I don't claim to have a great understanding of the Holy Quran, but I have enough to understand what these verses mean. So perhaps you can shed some light on, and if you want to tell me I'm wrong in anything, I'd really appreciate it, and I'd appreciate learning from you.
Jazakumullah. No, everything was perfect. These are the same verses actually the promised Messiah salam, has mentioned as well. and it's really beautiful how you explain it. We have a brother named Ibrahim in the comments. We're waiting for him to join. If Bakhtar can show us his camera in the backdrop just for 2-3 seconds, then we can add him as well. We just confirm the people so it's not anyone who's been using abusive language against us. So you can quickly show your camera, then I can add you. And Ibrahim in the comments, we've invited him, and also Ahmed Oruf, we've invited him as well in the back so he can join as well. We've shared the StreamYard link. Bakhtar, do you want to join the chat, the StreamYard? Okay, he's just here to listen, so that's fine. For the brothers in the comments, we're waiting for them to join. Ibrahim, you can join without camera, don't worry. You can just come with your mic. I won't ask you to, because you're a non-Ahmadi Muslim, I'll allow you to just come without camera. But please don't waste time, because if we are giving you the time, you should be quick and join us here, and we will answer your questions, inshallah. So I've shared the StreamYard link. It's also on screen, so Brother Ibrahim can join us. Okay, we have Ibrahim with us now. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Ibrahim. Brother Ibrahim, do you hear us? Because we can't hear you yet. Sorry. Okay, you can hear us. We don't hear you. Can you try speaking now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we hear you. How are you?
Good.
Where are you calling us from, brother?
Kuwait.
Kuwait. Okay, so can you introduce yourself in a few words? Which country, which sect you're from, and anything like that?
I am Sunni Hanbali.
Hanbali. Okay, and you're calling us from Kuwait. How did you find our channel, brother? Randomly on YouTube?
No, someone actually he telling me about you as some polemicist or something. So I'm joining your channel to talk with you because.
Yes, we can't hear you anymore.
No, I'm still. My mic is still working.
Okay, yes, finish what you're saying. So you found our channel through a friend and he told you we're polytheists?
No, polemicists. You discussing
yes.
between the Islam.
Okay, perfect. MashaAllah. Okay, so nice to have you here, brother. Today, we invite you to discuss with us. You know the Arabic language as well, right?
Of course. You're speaking Arabic or what?
No, we're speaking in English, but I just mean, just to clarify, because you're from Kuwait, this way we can get into the Quran right away. So let me present a verse of the Quran to you, and you have to give us your commentary of it, okay, brother?
I think I know what you're already going to bring up anyways. You're just going to bring up Mutawafika, right?
No, I'm not. But it's a good guess. It's a good guess on your...
already refuted this one because even the narration of Ibn Abbas is not true.
Okay, so now that you're mentioning points, I'll just open a document and I'll answer everything you're saying. So your first point is
you cannot even answer on yourself. You have to get a document.
Yes,
that's how weak you are.
I will give you the full answer, don't worry, with references from your own books. So I said I opened a document to take notes, brother, not that I'm opening a document to answer you. So do you understand English, by the way, brother?
Yeah, I'm understanding.
Okay, so I'm saying I opened the document to take notes of what you say, not that I'm opening a document to answer you. So I hope that's clear now. So let's be respectful, brother, inshallah. The verse I'm quoting for you is from Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 116 to 117. Can you please read the
By the way,
Arabic? Can you please?
hold
Yes.
on. I actually just need to go pray Asha very quickly, and I'll come right back. I'm just gonna muting my mic because the
Okay,
adhan has
perfect.
gone off.
We'll wait for you. Jazakumullah. So we'll wait for the brother. He's going to go pray. He misunderstood me when I said the document thing, because he attacked the narration of Hazrat Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, which we will inshallah refute him on once he's back. But apart from that, we will wait for him, and when he comes back, we will discuss with him from the Quran and a Hadith. He just went to go pray. So I hope he comes back, and then inshallah we will discuss with him from Quran and a Hadith. I'm waiting for others as well to join the stream, but we will prioritize Ibrahim now because he's here first. So let's hope that he comes back soon. Apart from that, if anyone in the comments has any questions they can ask till he's back. I just got a long message from another brother who wants to accept Islam, Ahmadiyya. So he's sent me questions as well, but I asked him to come here and ask. I hope that he comes. So brother Ibrahim is actually bringing his sheikh on the call, which will be amazing. And he said he will bring his sheikh. That will be inshallah amazing. We will discuss with his sheikh, which is better than obviously discussing with the awam, because then the people pay more attention. So we're just waiting for him to bring his sheikh.
What's amazing is he accused you of being weak and unable to debate with him or discuss with him without notes, because he misunderstood what you said, and now he's going to bring his sheikh.
Exactly, yes. So let us wait for his sheikh, and we will inshallah discuss with him as well. But honestly, with all these people, they end up, brother, you're swearing now in the chat. Now Ibrahim is swearing in the chat. He claimed he's bringing his sheikh. Let's not use bad language, Ibrahim. Bring your sheikh. We're waiting, okay? I will refute him on this, and I'll refute him on everything else. Just bring him already. You're wasting time by swearing, brother. You're sitting in Kuwait. You say you know Arabic. You say you know Quran. Quran hasn't benefited you clearly. You're swearing, you're going to namaz, on your way to namaz, you're swearing. What type of prayer is that? So please hurry up. We're waiting for your sheikh, okay? Let's not waste time, brother Ibrahim, okay? We all have dawah to do, and we're giving you the time, so I please request you to be respectful. Instead of using bad language, bring your sheikh. Let's settle it from Quran and a Hadith. How long do you need exactly? Give us a approximate time. Okay, he left the chat. He said he's coming back. So now he's swearing at us in the comments. I don't know why Samir in the comments is telling me to calm down when there's an opponent saying the F word to us and other swear words in the chat. It's unacceptable. So we should have some care for Islam as well. And if someone is using bad language, we should tell him he's wrong. Unfortunately, some of our brothers just don't understand that Islam causes us to have some ghaira as well for the deen. And if someone is swearing at us in this way, we won't engage with them. So you need to understand that. Anyhow, I told him to stop using bad language. He said he said okay, and he said he saved the link and he needs some time. So now we're waiting for him. And brother Ahmed, I apologize, he's swearing at you. So I hope you don't mind. It's normal with these people. When they don't have arguments, they have to use bad language.
It has nothing even to do with me. His problem is with himself. I'm not affected whatsoever.
Alhamdulillah.
What I find really interesting is that, you know, when you look at the Muslim Ummah today, everybody, you know, I've heard people come here and give you grief about what have you done for Palestinians and what are the Arabs doing, and people are asking where are the Muslims and where are the Arabs and where is this and where is that. First of all, the Arabs are probably about 20-25%, if that, maybe 30 at the most, of all Muslims in the world. This is the first thing. Secondly, the whole ummah is falling apart. It's barely together. There's no leadership. They can't, and they've said it themselves through the videos that you've put up, where they're badgering us and they're trying to tell their people not to debate with us and so forth. They're telling their own people that we are successful. We have done this. We have accomplished that. We have built schools. We have built universities. We have built hospitals. We have built mosques. We have translated the holy books and many books into so many different languages. And we have reached every corner of the earth. Okay. What's the difference? What's the difference? If we are following a bad faith, if we are following an unholy person, if we are following the wrong path, would Allah be supportive of us? They themselves, for the last 100 years, okay, for the last 100+ years, they themselves, who believe to be on the right path, have not managed to do what the Ahmadiyya community has done. All of them together, all the different sects. I'm not talking about the Jamaat Ahmadiyya in comparison to one of their sects or one of their groups, or you know, or one of their nations or one of their people. No, all of them put together. They have no leadership. They have no commonality. They're always calling each other kafirs. They have no agreements. They can't agree on anything. How like any normal thinking person, any rational thinking person should be asking themselves, how is it possible that we are on the wrong path, but yet Allah is preserving us and helping us and increasing us in numbers? Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, really important points, brother. And let's see if he brings his sheikh. You know, this is what we live for. We want to discuss with their shuyukh, and I hope he comes back with his sheikh and can also show his sheikh on camera, because sometimes what they do is they claim it's their sheikh, and then once the sheikh is exposed, they disown him. This has happened with Asim al-Hakim, one of his followers, when he said Ar-Rusul includes Isa alayhi salam. The guy quickly messaged me that no, Asim al-Hakim is wrong. So if you're bringing a sheikh, he's Brother Ibrahim, you're still commenting, saying words to us. Just bring the sheikh already, brother. I think you missed namaz as well, so that is also unfortunate. But please hurry up, we're waiting. Bring the sheikh and bring him on camera as well. I'm sure the sheikh has a computer in his mosque. So, and you know these points you mentioned about Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Kathir weakening the chain, I have a lot of references on this, so just be ready, brother. I'm just waiting for you. So let us, you know, discuss with you on this. So we're waiting for you now. Please be quick. Get your sheikh on camera as well. And if the viewers want, I can answer the, you know, allegation that he just raised, you know, but I'd rather that he brings his sheikh and then we refute him. So it will be more interesting that way, inshallah.
He's not going to come back. At the very most, he's just going to continue to throw insults in the chat. He's not going to come back. He's not going to bring his sheikh. His sheikh probably didn't agree to come.
Yeah, unfortunately, we see this with them, but we get happy even if they give us false hopes because they're so afraid. And then this at least helps us at least get some confidence that, okay, someone's finally coming, you know, that we're so happy. In fact, we ask them day and night to come discuss with us. So,
And you know, brother, I think this may be the wrong thing. Why are we chasing them? Really?
no, see, this is the problem. Many Ahmadis, including yourself, have this false notion that we're chasing anyone. I'm not chasing anyone. We invite them so that their ulama, when they speak, more Sunnis listen. Our target audience is the Sunni Muslims, not their ulama. But if me and you are speaking, 100 people will listen to us. If their scholar comes here, 10,000 will. So this is why we call them. It's not that we're chasing anyone. This is just misunderstood, actually.
Perhaps it is. I mean, you have been in communication with this Dawah Wise or Dawah, whatever it is. I think it's Dawah Wise.
Yeah.
With Adnan Rashid. And I've noticed that they have about 100 and some odd thousand followers.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
There's this new young man, okay, which I seen with them 2 years ago, and he started his own channel. And currently, he has 219,000 followers. And I've been watching him, and at first I didn't know his background. I didn't know he's with Dawah Wise. But I then stopped watching him because I realized that he's from Ahl Sunnah and he was, you know, considering us as kafirs. So I didn't need to listen to him anymore. But he has a very unique way. And he speaks very nice English. He's actually in the UK, in London, I believe.
What's his name?
His name is Muhammad Ali. He's, from what I gathered, he's half Egyptian, half Moroccan.
Yeah, I've listened to him as well.
He's very nice in his presentation. He's very clear. He gives lots of references. But unfortunately, he falls short in some things. But I mean, I would love for him to really see the truth and join Jamaat Ahmadiyya.
Yeah, he's actually made some videos against the Jamaat in the past. So we've tried to contact him. Yeah, we've tried to contact him. So
I think that he was kind of being nurtured by the people at Dawah Wise.
Yeah.
And because I saw him at Speaker's Corner in the UK, where they were kind of helping him out and letting him start off, if you will, and get his feet wet. And I'm not sure if he's still with them or what, but he seems to be doing well on his own, and he's staying away from these types of confrontations now.
Yeah, 100%. We will invite him again. I've made a video responding to him, so hopefully he joins us on this stream someday. And maybe we will join his live streams as well. He does live streams, and we will try to discuss with him also. He had a discussion with one Ahmadi who didn't have knowledge on Quran, so that was unfortunate, but we will inshallah try to discuss with him. So let's see if he
That's a very important point you just made, because a lot of our brothers in the community they get very emotional, and they hear a few things that you and some other brothers say, and they go off and they try to have debates with people without having the necessary basics and the necessary knowledge to conduct such debates.
Yeah.
And they find themselves in trouble, and this is actually more harmful than good. And I wish that those of us who don't have the knowledge should watch everything, watch as much as possible, and learn, and read the Quran and read the Hadith, and ask questions, but refrain from debating until such time that you've acquired enough knowledge that you can conduct yourself and actually safeguard the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just simple. If you read the Quran and you read the books of the Promised Messiah, then you can discuss with Sunni Muslims. That's all you really need. So we will inshallah discuss with this Sheikh. We're waiting for him to join us. Hopefully he does join us and discusses with us. But like Brother Ahmed also said, it's highly unlikely, and they never really join us. Now he's raising allegations on the qawl of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu and saying that, you know, the ulama have weakened it, but he forgets that the same ulama he's quoting accept that the mu'allaq riwayat of Sahih al-Bukhari are authentic according to Hazrat Imam Bukhari rahmullah. That is the first point. And I just hope he comes so we can, you know, show him what his own scholars have said. He quoted Ibn Kathir, so we will refute him from Ibn Kathir as well, inshallah. And we have many references on this, that whatever Imam Bukhari gives in mu'allaq form in his Sahih, it's authentic according to him. So let's see how much confidence the Sheikh has. We are waiting for him. And if any other brother wants to join us in the meantime, that'll be nice as well. They can ask questions so we can carry on the conversation. And I've shared the StreamYard link in the chat box. So we've shared the link. Okay, so we haven't gotten any response from Ibrahim as of yet. So we are still waiting for him. He hasn't given us any update. Maybe he's now praying, so we await him to come with his sheikh. Someone asked a question that if Zakir Naik is so, you know, smart, why doesn't he accept Islam Ahmadiyya? So you have to remember that having knowledge, Abu Jahl used to be called the father of wisdom. He didn't accept Islam. So it's not a condition that if someone is smart, he automatically accepts the Prophet. So this is another misconception many people have. And Brother Ibrahim keeps saying Ibn Taymiyyah and his student Ibn Kathir agreed that the chain of Ali ibn Abi Talha was weak. Firstly, we didn't even quote that chain today. So let your alim come and then we will speak with him, right? We will speak with him and we will quote what we need to quote. You don't need to quote anything for us. And if these questions are raised by him, we will address them. It's as simple as that. As I told you, that the mu'allaqat of Imam Bukhari are authentic according to him. Whether people dispute the chain of Ali ibn Abi Talha or not, That's a separate issue. First, you have to agree that the mu'allaqat of Imam Bukhari are, according to him, authentic, right? Once you accept that, we can move forward. Until you don't accept that, there's no point of us, discussing this topic. And we have not quoted that today. So we know all your allegations on that. And we also, alhamdulillah, know the answers. So there's no point of you, seeing anything in the comments regarding that. As for Ibn Taymiyyah rahmullah, Ibn Taymiyyah rahmullah in Majmu' al-Fatawa has quoted this chain countless of times. So if it's weak according to him, why is he quoting it left, right in his commentaries and in his tafsir? Number one. Number two, Imam Ibn Kathir accepted that these mu'allaqat are sahih. Okay, they accept this. And now he's still using bad language, Brother Ibrahim. It's really unfortunate. And like I said, the mu'allaqat of Imam Bukhari are authentic according to him, whether you don't accept it or not. This is a fact according to your own ulama. And Ibn Kathir actually called this sanad sahih, and I will show you that. And it's something you or your sheikh haven't read before, but alhamdulillah, we have those references and we will present them to you. It's as simple as that, right? But you need to bring your sheikh, and we're waiting for that sheikh. So inshallah, you bring him and we can then discuss. So he's raising allegation on mutawafika mumituka. Like I said, we haven't quoted that today, and we know their allegations on it, and we have answered them countless of times from their own books. But our topic right now, we're not going to the mu'allaqat of Ibn Abbas. We are presenting our argument how we want to present it. So whenever you're discussing with someone, you should let them mention what they want to say. You don't put your own arguments and start refuting them. That's not how a discussion works. It's like me sitting here saying, oh, Sunnis like Ibrahim say this and this is the answer. If Ibrahim didn't say that yet, there's no point of me refuting him if he hasn't mentioned any point yet. So let's wait for Ibrahim. He's praying, and hopefully he prays that he's guided as well and Allah accepts his prayer. So let us wait for him and his sheikh. Other than that, the other Ahmadi Muslims, we're waiting for them. We have Brother Noor in the back, but his devices aren't connected. So to join, he has to connect his devices first, and we can inshallah help him as well with any questions he has. So yes, Brother Asad, what's your question?
Assalamu alaikum. Actually, the note in the chat asks a question about reference to the Ijtima of Ulama, saying that the Mahdi will come in the 13th century Hijri. She's looking for any evidences of that from the Ulamas and the Ijtima.
Yes, so this is an important question. The show is in, Brother Noor, the show is in English. If you're listening, it's in English, so it's not in Urdu actually. Anyhow, the answer to your question, I actually made a video on that topic with all the with many references as well, and you can check that video out. I can send you the topic, the link in the chat. Apart from that, you have to understand that the 14th century argument we have so many references from ulama, right? But it's also proven from Quran and Hadith. We always go to the ulama after the Quran and Hadith, and there's a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad al-ayatu ba'd al-miyatain, and great scholars have explained that al-ayatu ba'd al-miyatain refers to after the 1,000 years. So after 1,200 years, this would occur. This is in Ibn Majah, yes. So signs, the greater signs will come after 1,000 years. Now, in the commentary of that, great scholars like Mullah Ali Qari Rahmullah and other great ulama as well have accepted that this is after the 1,000, right? And not only this, Imam as-Suyuti Rahmullah has said that the age of the Ummah will not extend the 1500 years. And if you take that writing as well, it shows that the Mahdi, Imam Mahdi, had to come by then. So these are just a few, arguments on this. But Mullah Ali Qari, he has really beautifully explained this. And not only this, there's many other ulama like Nawab Siddiq Hassan Khan Sahib has also said that this is a held view. Then there's many other scholars. Shah Nematullah Wali Sahib, in his poem, he explained this as well. Ibn Hajar al-Haytami has also given this view. And there's others as well. Some ulama like Shah Waliullah Muhaddis Delvi, he was the Mujaddid of the 12th century Hijri, and he said that Allah has told me that the coming of the Mahdi, the Messiah and Mahdi, they're ready to come out. So this is the real point that you have to understand. Even Imam Suyuti, we have other references from him as well. For example, Imam Suyuti has a poem as well where he says that, this will happen after the 200 years. And he actually says in that poem that after this Mujaddid, there will be no Mujaddid, which shows that after him there would be Khilafat ala minhaj an-Nabuwah. We've shared this poem in our videos as well. In one of the Proofs of Prophethood series, we have mentioned that. And the Al-Miyatain is the 200 years after the 1,000 years. And this is a really beautiful proof from Imam Suyuti that we give as well, that he explained this, that he himself claimed to be Mujaddid and then said when the Messiah comes there will be no Mujaddid after him. And this shows that he also believed that the Mahdi Messiah would have come by that time, because he himself said the Islamic Ummah would not pass 1500 years. This is the main argument we get from Imam Suyuti Rahmullah. There's many other ulama as well that we can quote. Even Ashraf Ali Thanvi Sahib and the Deobandi scholars, their ulama actually have had dreams that the Mahdi is near. Even Rahmatullah Kiranvi Sahib, he said that the time of the cross is here, so the Messiah is ready to appear as well. In his book Bible Se Quran Tak. Even Shah Ismail Shaheed said we can prove it from him as well. But I've made many videos on this. I do want to make it clear that some have unfortunately, some ulama have been misquoted with regards to this topic out of not ill intention, but just because some of their writings were confusing on this topic. So we shouldn't quote those references. The ones I'm giving right now are the right ones to quote. There are some that are quoted that should not be quoted, but the ones that I'm quoting right now are clearly proven from these ulama, like the Mullah Ali Qari reference, and also the Nawab Siddiq Hassan Khan Sahib reference and Imam Suyuti reference I mentioned. These are the main ones. After, obviously, you quote Al-Ayatu Ba'ad al-Miyatain. And there are many scholars who had dreams and kushuf visions from Allah that it would be this time. This would be the time of the Imam Mahdi. But in explicit, without Isharatun Nas, we don't have any reference like that. But the Shah Waliullah Muhaddis Delvi, reference is really, really important. In one writing, Nawab Siddiq Hasan Khan Sahib actually gave, said that the value of Chirag Deen, that shows the Imam Mahdi's coming, and that is exactly the time of the promised Messiah Islam. So that is also from Nawab Siddiq Hasan Khan. There's actually one of our scholars from Pakistan. They made a detailed video on this topic where they showed the right references to use, because some references are misquoted on this. I can give examples, but there's no point. I just hope that those references are not quoted, because we have to be extremely careful with when we quote scholars on different things, because obviously being honest is the number one thing when it comes to tabligh, and we don't need these ulama anyways. We just quote it for them to see. So we're still waiting for Ibrahim, and he hasn't responded for a while, but we hope that his sheikh comes soon, inshallah. Brother Asad, do you want to add anything or ask anything else?
Not at the moment.
Okay, perfect. So, Brother Ahmed, do you have anything to add? Okay, so Brother Ahmed, I think you're on mute if you want to add anything. Okay. We have Brother Muta'allim with us again. Assalamu alaikum. Muta'allim. How are you, brother?
Wa alaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing good. Nice to have you here again. We still have to have that discussion with you. We will plan in few days, inshallah. The one you were having with Ahmed said we have to continue that, because obviously that was on spot, and both sides didn't have that all of the references they wanted ready. But brother, I want to ask you your view on Hazrat Isa alayhi salam according to the Shia understanding which you follow. What is your view on Hazrat Isa alayhi salam?
So, according to the Shia view on Isa alayhi salam, if by Shia view you mean like the hadith on the matter from the Imams, because for just to explain, like for Shias primarily they don't do tafsir from like personal opinion or ijtihad or like some other matter. I'm not saying others always do, but like I'm just explaining what we do. So what we do is we go to the hadith of the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt to understand a given verse of the Quran and its tafsir. So regarding the matter of Isa alayhi salam, we have a few hadith from the Imams on the matter alayhi salam. And what the hadith mention is that Isa alayhi salam, his soul was taken, and then his body was raised up, and then the soul was put back into his body, is what some hadith mention regarding the matter, that he was made to die and then he was sort of resurrected again when he was taken.
So you do believe he died once, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, see, the thing is that I've discussed with many Shias throughout my life, and there is ikhtilaf on this. From what I remember, I think it was Mullah Baqir al-Majlisi or one of your ulama. I can't remember exact, but I've quoted that reference ages ago, and you can probably tell me which scholar it was that said this. He accepted that mutawafika meant death, and he accepted that Isa did die, but he said he will have a return, like the Aqidah of Rijjat, and
That's,
he
I
said
think, for Al-Amili. I think there's a book, Al-Iqadu min al-Haj'a bil-Burhani ala-Raja, the issue of Raja, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So he says in the book that Jesus died, but he will come back in the Raja, which is what we believe.
Okay, and the Raja, according to you, is obviously before the Day of Judgment, correct?
Of course.
Okay, so now we agree that Hazrat Isa has died, but you're saying that he will return physically. Now, do you believe he will return physically from the skies, or is he on earth right now and he will return, meaning come back to life on earth, or is he bodily alive in the skies?
Personally, if you ask what I believe, I'm like, there's no explicit hadith to go either way, so I'm currently not convinced of either position at the moment.
Okay, so I want to share a verse of the Quran with you, and I want your view on this ayah. We're actually waiting for a sheikh as well, so I apologize if we have to cut this short because
Sure.
Yeah. So I want your view on this ayah as a Shia, in which Allah the Almighty says, "Falamma tawaffaytani." This is on Day of Judgment, okay? And how do you understand "Falamma tawaffaytani"? Because you already accepted Hazrat Isa alayhi salam did die once. So here, would it be correct to assume that your position of "Falamma tawaffaytani" is when you caused me to die?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, perfect. So now we agree on the translation of this ayah, and we obviously agree on the Arabic. Now we have two questions for you. Number one is, this ayah says that the Christians went astray after Isa alayhi salam had died. Okay, this is the first thing. The second thing here is that in this ayah, there's only two time periods of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. He says, وَكُنْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا مَا دُمْتُ فِيهِمْ, that I was shaheed over them as long as I remained among them. فَلَمَّا تَوَفَّيْتَنِي, when you caused me to die, كُنْتَ أَنْتَ الرَّقِيبَ عَلَيْهِمْ, then only you were the watcher over them. Now the question to you is that if you believe the same Hazrat Isa alayhi salam of Bani Israel will come back, why, number one, was he not a shaheed over the shirk? Because if he's going to come back, he would obviously become a shaheed over the shirk and have knowledge of it. And number two, why on Day of Judgment does he not have knowledge over what his Qawm did? Because if he came back, he broke the crosses. I don't know exactly what your personal belief is of what he would do when he comes back, but I'm assuming he would help Imam Mahdi get rid of the false aqaid. So why on Day of Judgment does he not have knowledge of the shirk that the Christians did if he was to return before that?
Wait, so from what I understand, you're saying that from
Sorry,
the verse...
should I leave the ayah up for you, or it's fine?
No, I if either way, it's fine. If you want to leave it up as well, it's fine by me. But from what I understand, you're saying that in the verse, he doesn't mention Jesus when he's talking to God. He doesn't mention that anything about shirk or anything like that. He's not aware of it. Is that what you're saying?
No, basically what I'm saying is that in the ayah, right, he mentions his time on earth. He mentions two times, وَكُنْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا مَا دُمْتُ فِيهِمْ, as long as he was among the people, they were upon Tawheed. And then his tawaffaytani, his death. And then after that, kunta anta raqib alayhim. So there's only two time periods, when he was with the people and when he was not. And then the tawaffas in the middle, which means death, which means the Christians went astray after he died, which we agree, of course. But now the concept of him coming back, he's only shaheed while they were on haqq. After that, he says, "Oh Allah, kunta anta raqib alayhim," only you know what happened. But this is on Day of Judgment. Had he come back physically, the same Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, then on Day of Judgment, he can't say that he was only witness over Tawheed, and he cannot have no knowledge of what happened, because of course if he's coming back, he will get that knowledge.
Okay, I understand. So what our understanding is that after Isa alayhi salam, his place was taken by like his wasi, right, his deputy successor, and then that chain followed to the Prophet and the Imams. And of course, for us, I mean, you obviously don't believe that, but like for us, the prophets and the Imams are witness to the actions of all of creation. We use multiple verses, and there's some hadith about that as well. So when Jesus comes back, as per our belief, he's not going to be a shaheed, over a witness over the creation, because the Prophet and the Imams and the Imam of the time will be a witness for the actions of the creation, the Ummah and the entire creation, right? So Jesus will not be aware of the actions because he won't have that level of knowledge that the Hujjah, the actual Hujjah of God, will have at the time. So of course he's not going to be aware of it because he's not the Shaheed of the time. The Shuhada are the Imam, alayhim salam, the Ahlul Bayt, on the actions of the creation.
Yeah, no worries. That I completely understand, brother. Maybe I didn't explain my position or point properly. I'll repeat it again. Isa alayhi salam is going to come back, right? When he comes back, will he see what the Christians are doing today?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a hadith for that, but probably, yeah.
No, but let's use aqal. You last stream you were speaking of the importance of aqal, afala ta'qilun, right? Look, today we see what the Christians are doing. We see shirk everywhere. Would you agree? We see churches everywhere and crosses everywhere.
Of course, there's churches, there's crosses.
And you would agree that Hazrat Isa is being worshipped as well, right?
Yeah, many Christians worship him, sure.
Exactly. So if Hazrat Isa bodily comes back today, would he have knowledge of this?
Yes.
It's without a doubt, right? Of course he would have knowledge of it, right?
Yes.
So the question again, I repeat that on Day of Judgment, he only mentions 2 time periods. When he was with them and they were on Tawheed, and when he was not with them. There's no third zamana or time period mentioned. And on Day of Judgment, he is not a witness. He has no knowledge of what the Christians did after him. Rather, he says that after my death, only you know what happened. The Arabic language, kunta and anta, is used for hasr. So I'll repeat the question. Number 1, why doesn't Hazrat Isa have knowledge? If he physically comes back, he does become a witness. You can say that, your Imams and the Prophet Muhammad are the witnesses, but in the ayah he makes it clear, وَكُنْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا مَا دُمْتُ فِيهِمْ, as long as I was among them, I was a witness. So if he comes back, in that sense of the definition of witness, not going into your view of Imams witnessing the creation, I'm not discussing that point in specific. I'm saying generally how he uses the word shahidam himself here. Would he not be shaheed in this sense if he comes back? Would he not have knowledge? How can he on Day of Judgment say that, oh Allah, after my death, only you know what happened? I was only a witness over Tawheed. If the Christians are the largest religion today and they're worshipping Isa day and night, if he's going to come back and correct them, and see it all, how can he say this on the Day of Judgment? This is the question, brother.
Sure, but that's on the presumption that this is on the Day of Judgment, right?
So it's not on Day of Judgment?
No, I'm not saying it is or it isn't. That's not clear in the verse. That's my point.
Okay, so let me show you the context now, okay? Let me show you the context of this ayah. So, and I'll address your point of it's not being on Day of Judgment. I have no issue with that interpretation, by the way. Some Muslims have accepted that, and there's no harm in accepting that. It's also understandable through one way. But look at this. After this, Hazrat Isa says, In tu'adhibhum fa innahum ibaduk wa in taghfir lahum fa innaka antal azizul hakim. And then he says, Qala Allahu hadha yawmu yanfa'u sadiqina sidquhum. So what yawm is this according to you?
Wait, could you show the verse again?
Sorry, I apologize. قال الله هذا يوم ينفع الصادقين صدقهم.
Let me just look up the tafsir of that.
Which tafsir do you use, by the way? Can you send me a link in private chat as well?
Yeah, sure. I'll send it to you. It's
I'll open it here as well.
Sure. Just on the point of the adab part, that doesn't necessarily have to be for the akhirah.
I agree with you.
Because there's the qatiluhum yu'adhibuhum Allahu.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
God
And
is-
even adhab-e-qabr as well.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do Shia believe in azab-e-qabr?
By qabr, if you mean like the physical grave, then no. But if you mean barzakh, like
We agree with you. It's the barzakh sense. The azab-e-qabr is not obviously how some believe it's like a, on the earthly body. In that sense, it's a spiritual matter, of course.
do you believe the resurrection is physical?
That's a long topic, but we don't believe it's this physical body.
I had an idea that you might have not believed it's physical. So
Do you believe it's this physical body?
Again, it's a very detailed and long discussion.
Okay, send me the tafsir. Anyway, send me the tafsir in the chat. I'll open it right now.
You have the tafsir, the one like when you show your library, you have it behind you, Tafsir al-Mizan. You know that one, right?
Okay, you use that. Okay.
I used a lot of tafsir, but
the thing is, brother, this library actually isn't mine. This isn't even my office. Actually, I just use it. So these aren't my books, brother. But there are Shia ulama that we have that use these tafsir. And let me just try opening it on my laptop, on my computer, I mean. Tafsir al-Mizan PDF. So you see all the Shia books in the back, those aren't actually mine. I don't really, read Shia literature to that extent. I have a brief understanding, of course. I have studied some of your, tafsir and whatnot, and your aqaid regarding imamat and tathir and whatnot. But anyhow, regarding the questions I asked, if you want to comment on them, I'm just
one thing that I have in mind is that as per us, and I don't know about your view on this, do you believe that the order of the verses is nuzuli or not?
Like if Surah Fatiha was revealed first and then An-Nas last, that's what you mean?
That as well as the verses within the actual surahs, right? Each verse is.
No, it's not in complete order, but we do believe Nabi Sassam instructed where what should be. But that's not really the topic, brother. You can tell me.
I know why that's relevant is you're looking at the verses before and the verses after. That's not Shia wouldn't do that.
Okay, so you're saying these verses aren't relating to the same thing? Is that what you?
Not necessarily. For example, like you know about Ayatul Tathir, right? You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
The Shia have a very different understanding on that.
Yeah, you say that part isn't about the wives and stuff.
What's that based on? Again, the same concept that verses aren't in the order of revelation.
Okay, that's fine. So let's agree that it's not on Day of Judgment. My question is still standing there. Okay, the reason is that on Day of if you say it's not on Day of Judgment, right, and you're saying that this waqia has already happened, because if it's not on Day of Judgment,
no, it's not already happened. It could be in the Raja.
Okay, perfect. So in the Raja, it's after Isa has already come back regardless.
Yeah, so when he's come back, God is communicating with him.
Yes. So once he came back, he becomes a witness over the shirk.
No, we don't accept that because he's not a witness in that sense. The word shaheed has a very particular meaning.
I agree with you, brother. I'm agreeing to disagree, but you're not understanding the question. The question is, how is Hazrat Isa using shaheed in this ayah? In that sense, I'm not saying like the Shia sense of shaheed.
No, that's how we will take it, because that's how we don't use linguistic tafsir on these matters.
Okay, so the question again, I repeat, let's say Isa alayhi here is saying he was a shaheed. Was Isa alayhi ever a shaheed according to the Shia definition?
When he was on earth.
He was a shaheed when he was on earth, right?
When he was amongst his people, yes, he was a shaheed. But when he went, and like when he was no longer on earth, he's not a shaheed, and he will not be a shaheed again.
Okay, but when he comes back, right, and comes in front of his people, will he be a shaheed in the sense that he himself used the word shaheed in this ayah?
Again, your understanding of the word shaheed there is like a physical, like you and me can witness things.
No,
but
I'm not saying it in that sense, but I'm saying if he comes back, right? If he comes back today, right? Will he become a shaheed as per the word shaheed, how he himself used it in this ayah?
No, he won't be.
And why is that? I don't understand that, to be honest, because if Hazrat Isa is himself saying that he was a shaheed and then his death happened, then he was never a shaheed and he has no knowledge of it. If this waqia is about Raja when he returns, would he not have knowledge over what the people did? Would he not become a witness over it in the sense that he gains knowledge of it?
Okay, so there's a verse in the Quran, Surah An-Nisa 41, which says, فَكَيْفَ إِذَا جِئْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ بِشَهِيدٍ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ شَهِيدًا. So how will it be when we bring from every nation a witness, a shaheed, and we bring you, the Prophet, as a witness over these people, right?
Yeah.
So every ummah has its own shaheed, and the shaheed of that ummah will be its prophet, right? And that's how we understand it. So Jesus, when he was the prophet of the time, then he was a shaheed over the people. But when he will come back, there's already the Prophet Muhammad and the Imams. Right? So he can't be a shaheed again. That's what my main point is.
Okay, but see, the issue, brother, is that you're translating shaheed in the ayah of falamma tawafaitani as, you're translating it one way, and then when I'm asking...
I'm not translating, I'm telling you what are like tafsir from the Imams say on the matter, and of course you can disagree with that. But
Can you show me your tafsir of your Imam regarding what you just said, that when he comes back he won't be a shaheed? Can you share that reference on the screen, please?
Sure, let me get it up.
Yeah. Also, do you believe Hazrat Isa will be a shaheed on Qiyamah?
When he was, for the time when he was a shaheed in his ummah, yes, sure.
Okay, interesting.
So sending you the Arabic for the hadith.
You can share it on the screen if you like, where it says that Hazrat Isa when he comes back, he won't be a shaheed. These are the words I'm looking for.
This is the hadith that I'm referring to, but you can maybe...
Where are you sharing it exactly?
Let me share you. Let me share the link with you as well, so you can get the actual thing out.
Okay, let me actually... You sent it on Telegram, so let me just save that and make it bigger on my screen. So this over here, it says فَلَمَّا تَوَفَّيْتَنِي آيَةً يعني الشهيد وأنت على كل شيء شهيد. Okay. Now it says وأن الله جعل على هذه الأمة بعد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم شهداء من أهل بيته وإترته ما كان في الدنيا منهم أحد. So this doesn't really answer my question, brother. Can you explain why you're quoting this? Because this is actually saying Isa alayhi salam won't be a shaheed, but it's not saying that he's going to come back. From this ayah itself, it's just saying that the reason Isa is saying... if you just allow me to finish, brother.
Yeah, sure.
In this tafsir that you says, it says, Kunta anta raqiba alayhim, yani ash-shahid wa anta ala kulli shayin shahid, that now only Allah is the shaheed. Wa anna Allah ja'ala ala hadhihi al-umma ba'da an-nabi shuhada min ahli baytihi wa itratihi, that Allah has made for this ummah the shuhada from the Ahl Bayt and from his posterity, his progeny. And this is exactly the point, that Isa lesson will never be a shaheed again on this earth for what his ummah did.
Yes.
But the question to you was that you need to firstly, obviously, we don't accept the words of these narrations, obviously, but
my like view on this, right?
So the question I have for you is, how do you define the word shaheed in this ayah?
Sure, for us, and I can give you many other hadith on it if you want.
Yeah.
For us, a shaheed is a specific. It has a linguistic, not linguistic. It has like a technical meaning, which is every nation has a shaheed, as I quoted from the earlier hadith, verse as well. And the shaheed is the hujjah over the nation. Like he's the one that witnesses the actions over the nation. And like all of the actions are presented to him, whether good or bad, and then he knows what his nation is doing, right? So after Jesus is gone, this, you can say, and of course this is all our view. I know you don't accept it, and you just asked me my view. So this, you can say, this rank is delegated or given to his successor, and then his successor, and so on. So it will continue till the Mahdi, and then so on. But so Jesus isn't gonna. It's not like it's gonna go reverse order back, and then Jesus is gonna get that rank back again, right? That's
so let me ask you a question. Will Isa alayhi salam be ghafil regarding his qawm on the Day of Judgment?
For the time he was here, he would be like totally aware, but after that, it's not necessary for him to be aware.
No, but he's going to come back, right? According to you. So can he be on Day of Judgment ghafil regarding his qawm?
So for like the past 2,000 years, sure. But for the limited time that he's here,
I'm saying that he will know. Will he be ghafil regarding him being worshipped? Or will he get knowledge of it?
He might. I mean, again, this is not like...
Look, you were speaking about Akal. Now I'm asking you a simple question. Isa lesson comes back today. Forget the word shaheed. If you want to define that differently, I'll skip that for now. But will he become ghafil regarding his qawm, or will he have knowledge that they worshipped him? He's coming back. I'm aware he's being worshipped. Isa lesson will walk around with the Imam Mahdi. How can you say he will be ghafil regarding his people? Does this really make sense to you?
I didn't say he's going to be ghafil.
So he won't be ghafil, right?
No, I'm saying that depends. What do you mean by ghafil? Like he'll be totally unaware of the shirk that's going on? Of course
he won't be, right? Okay, so how do you explain this ayah? Then I have a few verses for you. So this is one ayah you need to address, that Allah says, on the day when we gather them all together, and we shall say to those who associate partners with God, stay in your place, and you and your partner gods, those they made gods, then we shall separate them, and their partner gods will say, it was not us you worship. Then it will say, فَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ شَهِيدًا بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ إِن كُنَّا عَنْ إِبَادَتِكُمْ لَغَافِلِينَ. So why is it that on Day of Judgment, Hazrat Isa is worshipped more than anyone else today, by the way? Why is he ghafil regarding his qawm if he's going to come back? This is my one question for you. Now, my second question is, when Isa comes back, right, Imam Mahdi will bring the real Quran, correct?
What do you mean by the real Quran?
Like he will revive the true Quran and bring us back to the true Quran and the true meaning of the Quran.
Sure, in terms of the meaning, sure, I agree.
Okay, so on the Day of Judgment, and Isa will read the Quran when he comes, right? He won't follow the Torah or Injil.
This I can't say because there's no hadith that I've come across that says.
So what does Aql tell you? A prophet is going to come and help Imam Mahdi, but he won't read the Quran? The book sent as rahmat for all of mankind. Isa alayhi salam, a Nabi of Allah, will come and he won't even read the Quran?
I don't think he needs to read it. He can get it revealed to him. Not
Perfect.
the
Perfect.
Quran, but like divine.
The meaning. Okay, so Allah will teach him the Quran, right?
Not the Quran again. I'm saying like divine commands that are necessary for him to follow because
that are in the Quran, right?
Not the ones that like it doesn't have to be in, like because he's already infallible, right?
Okay, so he will not open the Quran then when he comes
No,
back.
I'm saying I don't have a hadith.
No, but you were all about Aql last stream, brother. Like a Nabi of Allah comes.
I'm still about Aql.
So will a Nabi comes, a Nabi is sent by Allah. Will he open the Quran or will he وَقَالَ الرَّسُولُ إِنَّ قَوْمِي اتَّخَذُوا هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ
He
مَحْجُورًا.
doesn't have to open the Quran. He'll just follow the Mahdi.
Okay, he will follow the Mahdi.
He will interpret the Quran for him because he's the Hujjah over Isa, because he will pray behind.
Okay, so Isa alayhi salam will come back and he will get knowledge of the Quran then, right?
From the Mahdi, yes.
Okay, so Allah won't teach him anything of the Quran.
No, we don't believe that any other prophet can get the Quran revealed on them.
But the Mahdi can?
No, that's not what I said.
So the Imam Mahdi, when he comes, Allah won't reveal the true teachings of the Quran to him?
As it as a wiratha from the prophets. From the prophet, he inherited it from the Imams prior to him who inherited it from the prophet. So it's not like it's the Quran is being revealed onto him.
Okay, so when the Imam comes, right, when the Imam Mahdi comes, who will teach him the Quran?
He has it. He has it already.
Okay, he has it. Who gave it to him?
His father. The
Okay,
Imam prior to him.
so him getting the Quran has no wasita from Allah the Almighty. Like Allah the Almighty didn't teach him anything of the Quran.
What do you mean by of the Quran? Like the Quran's meanings or the tafsir, or what do you mean?
Look, if Allah is going to teach the meaning of the Quran to someone, right, is he not revealing the Quran to him?
No, we say that the Imams get it from the prior Imams who got it from the Prophet.
No, I understand that, but then what you're saying is when Imam Mahdi comes, he will not be given it from Allah, he will only be given it from other human beings.
Not normal human beings, of course. For us,
the Imams who have already died, but they will all also return, right?
That's a matter of dispute, right? That's not something agreed upon with the Shia.
What do you believe?
I personally don't accept that view.
So they won't come back?
Yeah, sure.
So how will Imam Mahdi learn the Quran from them?
He won't learn it. He already has learned it from his ancestors.
When did he learn it from them?
When he was born.
So when he was born, they were alive?
The Imam prior to him was alive.
So you believe the Imam Mahdi was born around 1,000 years ago, I'm guessing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and he learned the Quran from the 11th Imam?
Yes.
Is there any authentic Shia narration which explicitly says this?
There's many hadiths that say that the Imams inherit the knowledge.
No, I'm saying the 12th Imam learning from the 11th Imam. Is there any authentic Shia narration that says he learned the Quran?
Yes.
Can you send me that right now? I want to see that.
There's many. Like you can, if you want, I can look them up. But
yeah, just send me one which says the 12th Imam who is in Ghaiba right now, right?
Yes.
Like he learned the Quran from the 11th Imam. Anyhow, you agreed that the other 11 Imams won't come back, right? Now, the question is that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, you accept that his death already happened, right? You accept that he has already died, but you're insisting that he will physically, bodily return. And we showed from the ayah that he will not be a shaheed, and your response is that he won't be a shaheed again because the Imam will be the Shaheed, not Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. Now the question for you is that in that ayah only two time periods are mentioned. Why is it the third time period mentioned? Like, I'm guessing you would agree that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam's time with Bani Israel and what he preached and then his death happened is not greater than what he will do when he is following the Imam Mahdi. Am I correct?
Sorry, could you repeat the last sentence?
So when Isa alayhi salam is helping the Imam Mahdi,
Mhm.
is that not a important event, more important than him being a shaheed amongst Bani Israel?
It doesn't matter if it's important or not. That's not what God is asking him. God is sort of questioning him about shirk, that it's irrelevant to any of that.
So that was the best time for Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. The answer, what Hazrat Isa alayhi salam would have given if he came back, is he would have said, "Oh Allah, I didn't tell them this. I was a witness as long as I remained. Then my death happened. Kunta anta raqiba alayhim." Right? Now, kunta anta raqiba alayhim. So we agreed for argument's sake on the meaning of shaheed, right? But will Hazrat Isa alayhi salam be Raqib when he comes back?
Raqib, as in what do you mean by Raqib here?
How do you translate Raqib, brother?
If we're talking like normal Arabic, like linguistic meaning, it just means like someone who watches over someone.
Okay, so when Isa alayhi salam comes back, and I'm trying to make this as simple as I can for everyone to understand. When he comes back, will he be Raqib? Will he see what the Christians did? Now, I'm not asking about Shaheed, brother. So I don't need to argue on that anymore. Will he be Raqib or no? Okay, his connection went away. Where's Ibrahim, by the way? I told maybe he started reading Taraweeh. I'm not sure what happened to him. So, yes, Mutalim bhai.
Yes, sorry.
Yes. So will he be Raqib?
Raqib, I don't know if there's no hadith that I've read that says he will be or not be again. So I don't.
I bring you back to your famous usul, that akal, brother.
Aqal, brother, rules on kulliyat, on universals, not on particulars. So you can't use aqal to just interpret the Quran. That's a very, very basic thing. That aqal is for kulliyat, for universals. This is not a universal matter. This is not
a
law of logic. This is
Raqib means watching. Okay. When Isa alayhi salam comes back, will he watch the shirk or will he close his eyes, put a blindfold on, and just follow the Imam Mahdi? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I apologize if that sounds a little, aggressive, but I'm really trying to get an answer from you, brother. That is Hazrat Isa alayhi salam going to be Raqib when he comes back? Like, it's a straight yes or no, brother. Like, you tried to argue on the word shaheed and whatnot, and I left that. I'm not even getting into the Arabic or how Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is himself using that word, because your view of shaheed, of Ahle Bayt being shaheed, is they have knowledge over the world. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, when he says wa kuntu alayhim shahidam, he's not using shaheed how you use it for Ahle Bayt. Okay, that's clear. You know this, I know this. So in that ayah to say he won't be shaheed when he comes back is, I can't really comment on that, because the ayah himself, he was never a shaheed in the way you're saying according to him. He's saying wa kuntu alayhim shaheedan ma dumtu fihim. Yeah. So my question, brother, is quite simple. Like, he will be Raqib, right? Or are you saying he won't be Raqib either now?
Raqib, because Raqib also means shaheed.
So he won't be Raqib either.
Yeah, because that also means shaheed.
So was he ever Raqib over them?
Again, when he was amongst the people, right, he was a Raqib, a shaheed.
So when he was amongst the people in Jerusalem, did he know what was happening in other countries as well?
No, he was only sent for his people.
Exactly. So how is the word shaheed used in that ayah only for his own people? Will he be a shaheed in that sense when he comes back? I'm not asking if he will be a shaheed like the Ahle Bayt Imams who have control over the universe.
He won't be, because he won't be sent for a particular people. That won't be his mission when he comes back.
Well, of course, that's not my question, brother, but we're using Shaheed al-Isa himself used it. You believe the Imams have control over the universe, not Isa. So for him, the word Shaheed...
I never said that's my position.
You don't believe they have control over the universe?
What do you mean by control? They're running everything? Is that what you mean?
No, but they have a hand in it.
What do you mean? Could you explain?
You can explain. It's your Aqidah. Shias have different beliefs.
I don't believe that.
So what do you believe?
I believe the Imams are a creation of Allah, the most exalted of creations, but they're still a creation. They don't take part in creating the universe. They don't take part in giving sustenance. Isn't
there an authentic narration that the earth's sustenance is through the Shia Imams, or am I mistaken?
That's not what the hadith says. The hadith says it's by the blessing of the Imam.
Okay. So is it also by the blessing of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam?
During his time, yes.
Okay. So Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, when he comes back, right, will he see any Christian worshipping him?
As per our hadith, from what I remember, I can pull it up as well, but the Christians will convert when they see him. So after that,
they will convert, but before they convert, will he see them worshipping him? Obviously, right? Let's see, he's flying down from the sky today. While he's coming down, he will see churches, right?
Yeah, sure. He'll see.
So why did he not tell Allah this, that, oh Allah, I didn't tell them this, but I came back and I corrected their aqaid. Instead, his answer is so clear cut that, oh Allah, after my death, you alone watched over them. Why didn't he say, oh Allah, after that you sent me back, I helped your Imam Mahdi, the infallible Imam? Even if he didn't say these words, the ayah is clear, brother.
As per your view, he does say that he corrected them. He says, "Ma qultu lahum illa ma amartani bihi an a'budu Allah wa rabbi wa rabbukum." So, as per your view, if we accept that the verses prior and after and everything matches up, then he did actually
No, I think you misunderstood the ayah and our view. Let me explain it again. I thought you were already aware of our explanation. So
I know your view. It's sort of like ilzam al-khasm.
No one says he corrected anyone. The ayah shows 2 time periods: when he was with the Christians while he was among Bani Israel, and after his death. Only Allah knows what happened. Now let me ask you a question, brother. What is the life cycle of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam?
Life cycle? Do you mean how long he lived or something?
No, like for example, the human being life cycle is born, die, then raised on Qiyamah, right?
Yeah, normally yes, unless there's someone is resurrected. And I know you don't believe that, but
no. Okay, so what's Isa alayhi salam's then?
As per our view, he lived.
So live, then
he died, and then he's gonna come back,
and then he will be raised on Qiyamah. Then he will die again.
That could or could not be true.
Okay, so what's the order? He was born,
yeah.
Then he died, then he will return after death, and then
it's just Qiyamah, right?
So he won't die before Qiyamah again?
He's already died.
But he came back to life.
Not in the physical sense.
What does that mean, brother?
It's not a physical material body. It's a subtle body.
So when he comes back, will he have a jism?
Yeah, there's different types of jism.
So what will his jism be like? Can you touch it?
Again, there's nothing on this, but if you're asking me, it could be either way. It could be a jism that's touched, but it's not material, because not every jism is material.
So okay, so he might come back and have like a ghostly body, you're saying?
Not ghostly, like a subtle body, like an angelic body.
Okay, so he'll come back as an angel.
No, not as an angel. But he could have an angel, like فَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشَرًا سَوِيًّا, like in the verse.
Okay, so he'll be like that, okay?
Yeah,
And
jism mithali is what we call it.
Okay, so he'll have jism mithali. Okay, so when he comes back, then after that he won't die.
Because jism mithali doesn't have.
Of course. So what's his life cycle then? He is born, then he dies, then he returns, and then he's raised on Qiyamah, right?
Yeah, but like his qiyamah is already that's another topic. But yeah, okay, let's go with the simpler explanation.
So
Yeah,
can you summarize his life cycle in 4?
sure. He is born, and of course lives. Then he dies. Then he comes back, and then it's qiyamah when everybody's raised up.
Okay, so when he comes back, will he be in a state of peace?
What do you mean by a state of peace here?
Like, will he have salama on him?
You need to explain. I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay, so his birth was pure. He had peace on him, right? The day he was born?
Yes, Salamun alayya yawma wulidtu. Yes.
And the day he died?
Yawma amutu wa yawma ub'athu hayya. Yes, exactly.
So why did Allah not mention him coming back when the most clear ayah of his life cycle? Okay, before you answer this, what was the life cycle of Hazrat Yahya?
I believe there's a similar verse about
Okay, perfect. So you know where I'm coming to.
I know.
Now, my question is quite simple. Like, this is the clearest verse. Wassalamu alayya yawma wulidtu wa yawma amutu wa yawma ub'athu hayya. And the same life cycle is of Hazrat Yahya alayhi salam. So why is it that the most important event of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam's life is not mentioned here? And why is it that your life cycle that you gave from your imams, I'm guessing, because I know you follow your imams, why is it different than the one Allah gave?
Sure, because the Quran doesn't explain everything.
Okay, so you agree his second coming isn't in the Quran, right?
Not explicitly, is what I would say, yeah.
What's the implicit verses that mention that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will bodily return after he died?
There's a few verses like the Rafi'uka verse, but like the thing is that you and I differ on the principles of tafsir, right? You don't.
Can you give me the verse?
Sure. Let me get it out.
So we're just waiting for Brother Muta'allim to show the verse regarding Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. We've discussed many verses from the Quran. Falamma tawaffaytani, if Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will be a raqib. We discussed the life cycle of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. We discussed his view is that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam did die but will return. So we asked why on Qiyamah Hazrat Isa alayhi salam wasn't aware. Why is he ghafil? We've discussed many other points, so now we're just waiting for Brother Muta'allim to share the ayah. And we are also waiting for Brother Ibrahim, who has disappeared completely. So unfortunately, I don't think he will come back. If anyone else wants to join, they're free to join as well, but we will of course prioritize our brother here as he is a guest, but people can join and wait in the back chat. And we have a few other verses we will show Brother Mutalim. Obviously, he is a Shia, so their usul are completely different, as you see. That even when they accept Isa's death, they say nobody will come back. Then they say, okay, but Shaheed, he won't be a Raqib, he won't have knowledge because it's only the Imams who have knowledge. And if it's a lot of different types of beliefs which we do not agree on, and the verse of the Quran itself is using shaheed in one way, so based on that verse he has to be a shaheed when he comes back because of how he himself is using the word for Allah the Almighty. But anyhow, we are waiting for Brother Muta'allim to show us which verse of the Quran mentions that Hazrat Isa went to the skies with his body.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's not like a explicit verse, but it's the one about Rafi'uka, like the Surah Al Imran.
Perfect. So let's open this ayah on the Quran, of the Holy Quran. Now, in this verse, Allah says, وَإِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا Isa. When Allah said, O Isa, إِنِّي مُتَوَفِّيكَ, I will cause you to die. So what does inni mutawaffika mean, brother? Let's go point by point. What does inni mutawaffika mean?
It means to make you die. But like, let me just clarify that we have a different qira'ah of this as well. So
what's the other qira'ah?
It's rafi'uka ilayya wa mutawaffika.
This is in a qira'ah or tafsir?
Qira'ah, actual, from the Imam. Qira'ah.
The Imam. Okay, can you send me that in chat as well?
Sure, let me send that to you right now.
Okay, send me that. Anyhow, and it's an authentic sanad?
No, the sanad is not authentic.
So why would you quote it, brother?
Because it's from the Imam.
But it's weak, you're saying.
It's better than Hafs. It's still better than Majbul.
But it's weak, you're saying, right? Is it mursal?
Weak Shia hadith is better than a non Hafs Majhul hadith.
Is it mursal?
Yeah, it's mursal. That's why. That's the weakness. It's mursal.
Okay, exactly. And you know the Shias believe that marasil are not hujjah, right?
Sure, yeah. Marasil are not hujjah in fiqh. Yes.
Okay. So only in fiqh or even in aqaid?
In aqaid, it depends. If it matches with the aql, then it can be hujjah.
Brother, last stream you were saying something else. You know that, right?
That was about tafsir. In tafsir, it's
in tafsir it can be used.
In tafsir, even in Sunni tafsir, you do know that.
I forget Sunnis, brother. Can Shias use marasil in tafsir?
Again, if it matches the aql, then yes.
You did not say this last time, brother.
I mentioned aql last time. That firstly comes aql.
Okay, honestly, I'm not going to argue with you, but I think that is unfair what you did here. Anyhow, let's read this. Okay, perfect. So you're quoting a mursal narration that says it's inni rafiuka.
Like, I was honest with you, that is mursal. I didn't hide that, right? So okay. You can at least.
Yeah, but that's because I asked you, right?
No, I was gonna say it anyway.
Okay, perfect. Promise?
Yeah, you remember last time when I said that there's Sahih hadith, when he brought that up, your friend. I don't hide this sort of.
Okay, so do you believe in taqiyya? Just side question.
If a person's life is in danger, then yes.
How about for aqaid in a debate?
No. I don't.
No taqiyya at all?
I don't debate, so it's not a debate for me.
Okay, perfect. So you're saying, just for the viewers to understand, the Quran we have today in our houses, according to the Shias,
is different. We don't believe in. We recite it and we act by it, but we don't believe this is what the Imams
authenticated.
Yes.
So if I make a mistake, Brother Mutalim, correct me. I'm going to summarize your view. Everyone listening, the Quran we have in our houses is not the authentic Quran from the Imams. Rather, there are mistakes.
Not mistakes. Like it's like ijtihad of the narrators. Like
of course, but they can make mistakes, right, in the ijtihad.
Sure, but like it's
so the Quran, brother, let's be straightforward. Yeah, you're a respectful brother. I don't want to, we don't need to throw red herrings. It's a clear question. Just be straightforward. The Quran I have in front of me right now, does it have ijtihadi khata?
Do you mean like does it correspond to what Allah revealed?
Yes.
No, there's differences.
It doesn't. Okay.
Yes.
So the Quran I have in front of me,
it's still something we have to abide by.
I agree. That's not my question. The Quran I have in front of me, is it 100% authentic? Yes or no?
Authentic as in we act by it? Sure, but authentic.
No, I didn't ask that, brother. I know you believe in the words of the Quran. You have that view. But I'm saying, okay, the Quran I have in front of me, is every word of it as revealed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
No, there's differences in Qira, as I mentioned earlier. So this is not the Qira of the Prophet.
This Quran I have in front of me is not the same Quran that was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yes, the recitation, and this is not a view that just the Shias have.
Forget the Sunnis right now, brother. I'm discussing with you. I'm not debating you.
I'm letting you know, and you already know this, that this is not some out there view. Sunnis have this view. There's Shia Qiraat, there's 7 mutawatir.
I agree, brother. Forget that right now. We also agree with the Sunnis on the 7 ways the Quran was revealed. That's not the question, brother. Okay, the question I'm asking you as a Shia, the Quran I have in front of me, you agree it has ijtihadi errors and it was not revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this way? Yes or no?
Yes, there's.
Okay, perfect. Now let's go to this ayah. Okay. إذ قال الله يا عيسى إني متوفيك ورافعك إلي. According to your Imams, through a mursal narration, it's actually supposed to be Ya Isa inni rafi'uka ilayya wa mutawaffika. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So this verse of the Quran, it was na'udhu billah min zalik, not revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this way. Rather, God forbid, I'm just repeating so we're on the same page. Okay. So if qala Allahu ya Isa inni rafi'uka ilayya, I will raise you to myself. Is the jism raised and the soul raised, or just the soul?
Both.
Okay. So according to you, Rafi'uka ilayya is the body and soul going up to Allah. Okay. Now there's 2 questions that come up. The first question for you is, as a Shia, you believe Allah is not limited to one location, correct?
Of course.
He has no jiha, correct?
Yes, of course.
The ayah says, Rafi'uka ilayya. Allah raised Isa alayhi salam to himself. Where is Allah?
That's not like, if you're asking me where is Allah, then there's no awareness for Allah, right?
So Allah raised Hazrat Isa alayhi salam to himself. So do you agree that Isa alayhi salam is also not limited to one location now? Because Allah says, Rafi'uka ilayya, to myself.
That doesn't have to mean that it's in God's direction.
So where was Isa alayhi salam raised to?
To the heavens. That could be some other part of the universe. We don't know. Right?
Okay, so Isa alayhi salam was not raised towards Allah, even though the ayah says...
not like in God's... There's no direction for God, right? So
okay, so the Arabic word rafa'a, right? Bar rafa'ahu Allahu ilayh. Are you aware that Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu used this very same word for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Which hadith are you referring to?
Let me actually open it up 1 second. And the question is that the word rafa, right, in the Arabic language, sorry, 1 second. In the Arabic language, the word rafa is always used for darajat. It's not used for a body flying up to the skies. Like, let me give you an example. For example, in the Quran, Allah the Almighty says, وَلَوْ شِئْنَا لَرَفَعْنَاهُ بِهَا وَلَكِنَّهُ أَخْلَدَ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ. That if we had willed, we would have raised Balaam bin Baur, but he clinged to the earth. So what does Rafa mean there? I'm just finding the narration of Hazrat Ali. 1 second. Let me actually just control find Ali. Do you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So what does the Arabic word Rafa mean according to you?
Again, I'm not gonna give you according to what I understand and then that's what the Quran means. I can only tell you, as I mentioned in my usul, that I only quote what the Imams have said on verses, right? And of course you don't accept those hadith, but that's like our usul, like I stick by our usul. So in the verse that you mentioned, I already mentioned what the Imams have said, and other verses can the one, and I know you don't accept that as well, but like for Idris alayhi salam, وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا, in our tafsir, it says that he was taken to the heavens, right? That's
so
where
you say his body went up as well, Idris?
Yeah, but that heavens there doesn't have to mean like to the material plane.
Okay, so his body remained on the ground, right?
No, his body went with him.
His physical earthly body went up?
Yeah,
you
but
just said it wasn't earthly body. Just 2 seconds.
No. Let me explain. I'm saying that his body didn't go to the immaterial plane, but it could have gone somewhere else in the material realm. That's
but Allah says in the Quran, you are born on earth and you die on earth, and from here you are raised.
That's not for that. Okay, again, that verse, when there's ma min amin illa waqad khussa minhu ba'd, right? There's every universal has an exception to it. So you can't use universal from the Quran and then apply
but that's a law of Allah, that you're born on earth and you die on earth. Are you saying some die in the skies?
Sure, I don't see why that's impossible.
Okay. Anyhow, this is the narration of Usulul Kafi. If you can check if you believe this is authentic or not, it says Hatta idha da'allahu azza wa jal nabiyahu wa rafa'ahu ilay. So was the Prophet raised with his bodies up to the skies, or was it only his soul?
Let me see.
Check the authenticity if you people believe in this or not.
Let me see the chain for this. I think this is a long hadith. I have to see the chain. Is this Khutbatun li Amir al-Mu'minin? Is that the chapter? Wahiya Khutbatul Wasila.
I'm not sure exactly. Should I send you the Arabic in private chat?
I have the Arabic in front of me, but let me just confirm that I'm looking at the right thing. I think this is from volume 1, right? Oh, sorry, no, not volume 1, volume 8.
Yes.
Hadith number should be.
It's page 29.
Yeah, I got the page number. It's a long hadith. I think this is the hadith number 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Let me send you. something regarding this.
So you don't accept this, I'm guessing?
Let me send you the thing that I want to share with you. And then you can take a look at it.
No, but do you believe in it or no?
In the meaning that you're taking, no, but let me explain what we say about it.
Do you accept the narration that Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu said these words?
No, let me explain what I say. I say that if what you're saying here means that Rafa here just means his soul, then we don't accept that. Let me explain what we say. But first, you can have a look at what Majlisi says about the hadith.
Okay.
Al-Hadith al-Rabi'.
Okay, so do you believe Hazrat Ali said these words or no?
I don't have a problem accepting that he said.
Okay, so what does Rafa'hu ilay mean here?
His body is in the heavens. That's what
the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's body is in the heavens, or Hazrat Isa?
No, we believe that all the prophets, their bodies are like God takes them up. They don't remain on earth.
Okay, so all of the prophets' bodies physically went into the skies.
Yes, this is in multiple Shia hadith. That's our view.
Interesting. Okay, so Hazrat Isa is no different. His body went up into the skies just like all other prophets' bodies went into the skies.
Yes, yes.
So Nabi Sassam's body isn't buried in Medina.
Yes, correct.
It's actually in the skies.
All prophets, yes.
Okay. Interesting. That's something new I've never heard.
From hadith, there's many hadith.
No, there's an issue here though now. There's a big issue, brother. I'm quoting a verse of the Quran now. There's many ayat of the Quran which say only the souls go up, not the body. So example, Allahu yatawaffal anfusa hina mautiha wallati lam tamut fi manamiha فيمسك التي قضى عليها الموت ويرسل الأخرى إلى أجل مسمى إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون. So you believe the Anbiya are all excluded from this ayah, correct?
No, we say that even their soul is taken up first, but within 40 days, their bodies also go up.
Okay, but the Quran in many ayat, right? One sec, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we hear you.
Yeah, I said I understand the Quran doesn't mention this. I never claimed that this is something we're taking from the Quran.
Yeah.
You mentioned, and if you want, I can quote the hadith. There's multiple hadith that we have in our books, and I know you don't accept them. That's not the issue. But you're asking me my view, right? I'm not. Again, I promise.
But basically, the Quran says
regarding. I understand what the Quran says.
No, the Quran says regarding the souls that mufattahatan lahumul abwab and la tufattahu lahum abwabus sama, that the gates are opened for them. It's not their bodies going up, it's their souls. But you're saying all prophets went up with their bodies, but then you have to
afterwards, after they're buried.
Yeah, after they're buried. No one saw them, obviously, because do you believe the people saw their bodies fly up as well, or was it like overnight, or what happened exactly?
Nobody saw it.
So it was just like Allah made everyone like unable to see it, but He took all their bodies up into the skies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now the question is that regarding this tafsir that you're giving, that all bodies are in the skies, right? Physical bodies. The question is, because they're bodies and they're earthly bodies, Allah says in the Quran that we did not give them any body that did not need food, right? So Allah says in the Quran, وَمَا جَعَلْنَاهُمْ جَسَدًا لَا يَأْكُلُونَ الطَّعَامَ. So because they're all there with their physical earthly bodies, they eat, right?
Yes, of course they eat.
So they're eating food daily. Correct?
Yes.
But the Quran, brother, it says that Hazrat Isa is no longer eating food. Is this verse wrongly transmitted to us?
I already accepted that he's not in like a material body anymore, right? So he's not eating food, sure.
Okay, so all prophets went to the skies with their body, but Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, he's the only prophet out of all of the prophets that he died and his body remained on the ground.
No, I never said his body remained.
So his body went to the skies as well, right?
Yes.
When he comes back, he'll have the spiritual body, right?
Yes, yes. Correct.
Right now, he has his earthly body, right?
Like, do you mean like right now, as in, is he?
As I'm speaking to you, is his body in the skies?
His body is, but he isn't. He isn't in the material body.
So his material body is in the skies, but he's not in that body. So is it like a statue or a mummy now? How does it work?
What do you mean? Like,
so his body, Isa alayhi's body is in the skies, but he's not in his body.
Yeah, I mean his like the material body isn't attached to his.
So is it just like laying there with the other prophets who are walking around eating, and Isa alayhi's body is just like there as like like how we have in museums sometimes? Is it like that, or where is his body? It's with the other prophets, right?
Again, it's somewhere in the heavens. I can't give you a particular location because that's not in the hadith, right? But
Okay, so it's just somewhere in the skies, and he's not in it though.
Yeah, he's in his like what you call it, soul body.
Okay, is the prophecism in a different body as well?
Of course, in the barzakhi body.
So yes. All prophets are in barzakhi body.
Yeah.
And are all prophets eating food?
No.
So they're not eating food then?
No, they're not eating food. They don't need food.
You just said a few moments ago that all prophets are eating food every day.
I thought you meant in this world. No, I don't.
No, brother, I asked you in the heavens.
No, then I misheard.
So all their bodies went up. All the prophets' bodies are in the skies, right?
Yeah.
But they're not in their bodies. They're just somewhere there in the skies.
They're not eating food. They used to eat food when
Do those bodies move around, or they're just there like dead people laying?
They're dead.
So they're just like their bodies are just dead there, and then the prophets are given a different body, and there's just basically there's a graveyard in the skies for them, right?
Yeah, but it's not like the entire body is intact over there.
Okay, so it's like the Prophet Muhammad Nauzubillah, just his face is there.
No, like his clay is different, and then his bones are different. It's not like.
So then it's not this earthly body then.
What do you mean? It's not this. It's like separated. That's what I mean.
Okay, but his earthly body that's in the skies, is it the same body he had on this earth?
Yes, it's the same, but it's not in the same, like, it's not like in the same form, like it's separated is what I'm saying.
Okay, so is it together, or his arms on his body?
Again, they're not, they're separated. The clay is separated from the bones. It's from.
Okay, so his arms are separate, his legs are separate, his face is separate.
No, not like that. His clay is is separated from the bones. It's stripped. The bones are stripped of the clay, and then. Yeah, you can say astaghfirullah. That's not a problem.
I just, it's really hard to understand. Anyhow, that is your view, and personally for us, that is really like shocking to hear that you go to this extent with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anyhow, are the imams also like this?
Some hadith say yes, some don't. So there's a.
So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is, but the imams are not.
There's a disagreement.
A'udhu billah. Okay, so this ayah, let's go back to it now, since we understand your interesting view, and it basically says, إِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا إِيسَى إِنِّي مُتَوَفِّيكَ. This is what the Quran says, but according to the Shias, it should actually be إِنِّي رَافِعُكَ إِلَيَّ wa mutawaffika, that I took your body and soul up to the skies, then I caused you to die, then wa mutahiruka min alladhina kafaru, and then obviously the rest of the ayah. So the question is, you said this proves Hazrat Isa will come back. Where in this ayah does Allah say wa munazziluka or anything like that, that I will send you back? There's 4 promises, brother. And you're saying it's Rafiuka first according to the Shia Quran, then Mutawafika, but you were saying this verse says he will come back. I don't see that anywhere. Am I reading the ayah that you're calling that you were quoting, or am I mistaken and you wanted another verse on the screen?
No,
is this the right verse, brother?
I already said that it's not explicit in the Quran.
So where is it even, like, fine, it's not explicit, but which word is even hinting to it? Can you at least tell us that?
Yeah, it's after, like, when it says like those who follow you, I'll make them superior until the day of
Okay,
resurrection.
so it says وَجَائِلُ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوكَ فَوْقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ, that I will make those who follow you superior over those who disbelieve till the day of judgment. When did this promise start?
This will happen when, like, because Jesus is not being followed right now.
So do you agree those following Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam are included in this ayah?
What do you mean, those who follow Prophet?
Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam are the ones who are truthfully following Isa Alayhi Salam. Do you agree?
No, because even Jesus is supposed to follow the Prophet. So it's not like those who, I mean, if you're saying they're in correspondence with one another, then I can understand that.
Okay.
But it's not
وَجَائِلُ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوكَ فَوْقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ. This wa'ad of Allah is from the ayah till Yawm al-Qiyamah, according to the Arabic. But you're saying it's only going to happen once he physically returns from the skies. But the ayah is saying ila yawm al-qiyamah. It already started, and it's a promise of Allah that till the day of judgment it will happen.
Sure, but as I said earlier, Jesus is not being followed right now, right?
Okay, so which word in this even implicitly says that he's alive in the skies?
Even you believe he's alive, but you don't believe he's alive in this body, just as we do.
When did I say he's alive, brother?
Alive in the barzakh. You don't
Every prophet is spiritually alive, but Isa Lesam died and he's never coming back. My question is, in this ayah, you were saying the Quran says he will implicitly return, but there's no implicity here. It's not even hinted to, brother.
No, it is hinted to, as I mentioned earlier.
Where?
Those who follow him.
But people followed him when he came as well, and they follow him. Those who follow Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who brought the true teaching of Hazrat Isa Alayhi Salam, they're included in this ayah. It's till Yawm al-Qiyamah. Do you believe those who follow the Shia Imams are also following Hazrat Isa Alayhi Salam and have the true understanding of who Isa Alayhi Salam was? Those who follow the Imams properly?
They're not following Jesus. They're not following his commandments because his commandments aren't binding on them, right?
I never said commandments, brother, nor does this ayah say you have to follow his commandments, because when Isa Alayhi comes according to you and Imam Mahdi comes, no one will be following Isa Alayhi commandments. Rather, they will be following Imam Mahdi, and even Isa Alayhi will be following Imam Mahdi. Or are you saying Imam Mahdi will follow Hazrat Isa Alayhi now?
No, of course not. That's
so
not
who will be followed, Imam Mahdi or Hazrat Isa Alayhi Salam?
No, I'm saying when Jesus comes back, he will be with the Mahdi, right?
So who will be followed, Isa Alayhi Salam or Imam Mahdi?
They'll be following the commandments that
of
Jesus is
Imam Mahdi, right?
And Imam Mahdi will give the commandments to Jesus.
Exactly. So whose commands will we be following, Imam Mahdi or Hazrat Isa Alayhi Salam?
Imam Mahdi, but like will.
Okay. So the Christians, will they follow Imam Mahdi or Isa Alayhi Salam? Because according to my understanding, you believe that Isa himself will be following Imam Mahdi, and he will instruct others. The Imam Mahdi will be the one calling people, and the people have to accept what he says.
Intermediary between the Mahdi.
Okay, so وَجَعِلُ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوكَ here, those who follow you actually refers to those who follow Imam Mahdi, right?
Yeah, in a sense, yes.
Okay, so how does this prove Hazrat Isa is alive? You can say an Imam Mahdi will come and people will follow him, but this doesn't even implicitly say Isa is alive, because the wa'ada is from when Allah spoke to him to Yawm al-Qiyamah. It's happening right now as well, brother. The words ila Yawm al-Qiyamah. Is Isa with us right now?
No.
So who are these people who are following him? Because Allah says, till the day of judgment this will happen. Our understanding, it's those who truly follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They're included in this promise.
Sure, but that's your understanding of it.
Okay, so what's your understanding?
It doesn't have to be for all times.
But it says ila yawm al-qiyamah.
Sure, but that doesn't mean that it's supposed to be from the day he dies.
So when it was revealed, Allah is saying this will happen from now till the day of judgment. Are you saying...
Do you believe in the Fatra?
Yes, I do.
So between those 500 years, how was Jesus being followed?
I'm saying when this ayah was revealed, brother.
So you're saying that this only applies from when the verse is being revealed?
No, because if you look at this ayah, it's what Allah said to Isa himself when he was being persecuted, until even in the years where no one was there was always people who truly followed Isa. For example, you think everyone deified him? No, in those 500, 600 years, there have been Unitarian Christians who tried to truly follow him. And when Nabi Sallallahu came, then anyone who accepted Nabi Sallallahu, they fall into that category who ittaba'uka, who follow Isa truthfully, because Isa himself said the spirit of truth will come, who will represent me, who is the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
It says وَجَاعِلُ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوكَ فَوْقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ.
Exactly.
In those 500 years, who was Fawq? Were the Trinitarians above, or were the...
فَوْقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا refers to anyone who disbelieved in him after he came.
Sure, but the believers, those who follow Jesus, are supposed to be above the disbelievers until the day of resurrection.
They will be.
They will be, but I'm saying between those 500 years, were they?
Yes, they were. Those who truly followed Hazrat Isa.
How are they above those who disbelieved?
This doesn't mean they'll have a kingdom over them, brother. This is speaking of spiritual wise, that they will be the true ones whom Allah loves.
God doesn't have to say that. That's pretty obvious.
That's what I'm saying. So those people in the Fatra, they also who truly followed Hazrat Isa were over the disbelievers in the sight of Allah.
Sure, but that's your understanding. But what I'm saying is that this could also mean that it's above, as in have ghalaba, have dominance over them.
You're saying it's physical ghalaba, which even Hazrat Isa didn't have according to you.
As for us, he'll have it when he comes back.
Okay, but will he have it or will Imam Mahdi have it?
Both of them will have it.
So they both will share the ghalaba?
Share as in, if you mean like equals? Then
who gets the credit? Who does the work?
Both get it. In that sense, then nobody other than God, as per your belief.
Okay, so then everyone gets it. Anyhow, this ayah, when it was revealed to Isa when he was being persecuted, according to you, the Jailul Ladina Tabauka promise has not happened yet.
Yeah, this is going to come back because the believers of Jesus are going to...
Even though the ayah says ila yawmil qiyamah, you're saying it has not yet happened. That is really, really interesting, brother. Jazakumullah for sharing that. So, in conclusion, Hazrat Isa has already died and he will return, but he won't see the shirk or be a raqib or witness. And not only his body, everyone's body from among the prophets are in the skies, their physical bodies, but the body of Nabi Sallam isn't like it was on earth. It's actually, I don't know the word to use to represent the brother's view, but it's not intact. But the bodies of the Imams are intact, and there's a difference of opinion on that. Now, brother, when Nabi Sallallahu came on earth and he was being persecuted, right? Did Hazrat Isa help him?
No, and I know you're going to bring that verse of like Mithaq al-Nabiyyin.
Yeah. So how do you explain that ayah?
Sure, I can get the tafsir for you.
And knowing the arguments we present because you watch my videos, do you ever ponder upon them as well? Or do you just think, oh, how can I refute this? Because, brother, with all due respect to you, like I'm telling you this from deep down in my heart, some of the beliefs you said today, right? They're really, really, I understand why the Sunni Shia violence occurs, because these beliefs you're saying, right, they're really, really dangerous to say stuff like the body of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And by the way, let me just finish, please. Let me just finish. I don't support any violence against the Shias, right? I do not believe anyone should be killed, even for the sake of religion. I don't believe anyone should be persecuted. But I'm just saying, like, I always thought that the Sunnis exaggerate when they say, the Shias believe. Let me ask you one other question, actually, before you answer the Misakun Nabiyin question. Do you believe when the Imam Mahdi comes, he will take Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha's body? And
no.
You don't believe that, right? But do you believe Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha was a disbeliever? And,
that's a separate topic. If you want to get into that, we can get into that. There's like you can't just like get sound bites, right? There's entire arguments behind the beliefs we have.
But clearly the fact that you're ready to present stuff, you believe she was a disbeliever, right?
That's a separate topic. If you want to get into that again.
It's a yes or question, brother. I believe she was my mother and the mother of believers. I just want your simple.
No, you know what that means. You know what al-Mu'minin means in the Quran. It means like you can't marry her. That's the only thing it means.
So you believe. I disagree with that, but anyhow, you believe she wasn't a believer, right?
Yeah, she wasn't a believer. Sure.
She was a disbeliever, according to you.
Sure, and that if you're gonna like point out beliefs like that, and you're gonna say, I understand why Shias get killed and stuff, then I could say the same thing.
No, I didn't say I support the killing, brother. I made that clear.
We talked about the beliefs, right? But that's the same reaction a Sunni would.
Of course, with us as well, no doubt.
That's not like the points you're making is.
That's not. I'm not using it as an argument. I'm just asking you,
no, your
view, brother. So okay. Anyhow, what's your answer to the Misakun Nabiyin ayah? It makes it clear that if Nabi Sallallahu is there and you're alive, you have to help him. Otherwise, you become a fasik. So was Isa a fasik, Naudzubillah, or did he help Nabi Sallallahu? Or did his spiritual body come down and help Nabi Sallallahu?
We don't believe that the Nusra is for the Prophet. Only the belief Latu'min Nabihi is for the Prophet. The Nusra is for not for the Prophet.
What do you mean by that? It says وَلَتُؤْمِنُنَّ بِهِ وَلَتَنْصُرُنَّ, that you will believe in him. وَلَتَنْصُرُنَّهُ, the same who is there to refer to Nabi Sallallahu.
That's the case. Can you please bring out Surah Al-Fath, verse 9?
Okay, but can you answer this ayah first?
That answers the question of the who that you're pointing out.
Okay, so this ayah means that they won't help Nabi Sallallahu?
No, it means that there's rules of how to interpret the Quran.
I'm asking you a simple question, brother. Will they not help Nabi Sallallahu then?
It's not about the Prophet, so they won't help.
So who's it about?
We can get to that, but first, to answer your point, let me explain where we're coming from.
So Surah Fath, which point are you saying? Like, لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ
وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ
Yeah.
وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا.
Yeah.
Verse 2, who is referring to who? The Prophet, right?
There's two things mentioned here, though, brother.
What do you mean? There's three things mentioned.
No, I'm saying the لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, right? These are Allah and Rasul.
Okay, and then after that is the first two are for who? And
I agree, brother, but I'm saying there's two groups mentioned here. With the ayah of Misakun Nabiyyin, it's only an Nabiyyin.
Talking about the grammar. in terms of grammar.
That I don't disagree with. The Arabs are clear on this. So can you translate this ayah of Misakun Nabeen? Who does Latan Surunnahu mean?
وإذا أخذ الله ميثاق النبيين لما آتيتكم من كتاب وحكمة ثم جاءكم رسول مصدق لما معكم لتؤمنن به ولتنصرنه. Okay, so the verse and mention when God took the covenant or like the mithaq of the prophets. Whenever I give you a book, or wisdom, then a prophet comes.
Meaning Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right?
Sure, it says Rasulun, not ar-Rasul, but...
So who's this Rasul according to you? Can it be Imam Mahdi?
No, it can't be Imam Mahdi.
But aren't the Imam Mahdis considered Mursaleen?
Astaghfirullah, no, not at all.
Okay, there are some narrations that say that. Anyhow,
there's things that deny them being Rasul and Anbiya, right?
Okay, so here Rasul means Nabi System. Can just carry on. So Musaddiqun lima ma'akum.
Be any prophet.
Yeah. So Rasulun Musaddiqun lima ma'akum.
Yeah, Musaddiqun lima ma'akum. La tu'minunna bihi. You will believe in him, right? Wala tansurannahu. This who refers to Imam Mahdi.
Okay.
To the Imams.
So you will believe in him and help him.
Help him. The second him doesn't have to be the prophet.
The second who is all of the Imams, not just Imam Mahdi, right?
Sure, whoever is with the prophet. Yeah.
It's all of the Imams, the 12 Imams, right?
No, not necessarily.
Is it more than one of the Imams?
No, it's just the Imam Mahdi.
Okay, so it's not all of the Imams now.
It could be, but...
Brother, you're just confusing yourself and others as well. Let me repeat my question. La tansurunnahu. Is this for the 12 Imams or is it for Imam Mahdi alone?
Okay, let's say it's for all of them. So
okay, it's for all of them. You won't change your view now, right? In a few seconds?
No, of course not.
Okay. When Isa alayhi salam, right, was raised, Isa alayhi salam, according to you, is alive in the skies. When the Imams of after him, right, the Imams came after Nabi sallam, they were being persecuted, right, or no?
Persecuted, yes, sure.
They were being mocked. They were being, sworn at, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Did Isa alayhi salam make a covenant with Allah that he would help these Imams?
If he is physically present, yes.
I asked you a simple question. Did he make the covenant that he will help the Imams?
If all conditions are met, yes. Because
why did he help?
Because he wasn't physically here. Because then
he was alive, right?
Not on this earth.
But he was alive, though.
In that sense, even Adam is alive. Even Noah is alive, right?
So all prophets were alive.
All of them are alive.
But you said Hazrat Isa alayhi salam's life is different. You already accepted that.
SubhanAllah. I said that his body, his material body, is not the way he's alive. I said it's a cell body. Did I not say that?
Okay. So Isa alayhi salam has a cellular body, right?
I don't know what you mean by cellular.
A cell body, whatever you're saying, ghost body.
Subtle body.
Subtle body. Okay, like no skin, right?
No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It just
no earthly skin that we have.
Yeah, it's not material, but it's physical.
So Isa alayhi salam has a subtle body. Did Isa alayhi salam help Nabi sallam with that subtle body or help your Imams?
No, because he wasn't meant to. He's not physically here.
Does the covenant say all prophets, if they were to be, alive in that sense, like you believe Isa alayhi salam is, they were to help Nabi sallam and the Imams?
Again, you're saying what the verse, you're only sticking to the verse, but that's not our manhaj, right?
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
The issue is that we're coming from two different methodologies, right?
Yeah.
That's why, like, you're going to tell me to stick to the Quran, but that, again, I already explained.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you another question. That is, do the Imams have the power to revive the dead?
Yes.
Okay. So if they have the power to revive the dead, why didn't they revive Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein?
Why would they need to do that?
Brother, Imam Hussein was brutally martyred in Karbala, no?
Okay, and?
So why not revive him, bring him back to life?
I mean, why not? What do you mean, why not? Like,
brother, look, Imam Hussein radiallahu anhu is one of the greatest awliya sent to the earth. Do you agree with me?
Of course.
If the Imams have the power to bring someone back, Imam Hussein, you know, many Shias, do you do matam, brother?
Of course.
Instead of doing
not the blood one, but like just with the hand, yes.
Yeah, so if you do matam, why didn't the imams just bring Imam Hussein back to life? He could have, you know, fixed this whole Sunni Shia split and saved the ummah. Why don't your imams bring back Imam Hussein to life, who was brutally martyred and his followers were killed in front of his eyes, and he was beheaded as well? You agree, right?
Sure, but
why not bring him back to life, brother, if they have that power?
Brought to life again, he's going to be martyred again, right? Because
Who said he will be martyred again?
Because the Ummah killed all of the Imams, so why would they spare him if he comes back?
Okay, so if he comes back, right, do you think the Shias in the whole world are not enough to surround him and try saving him?
No, the Shias have never supported the Imams. The Imams were always brutally slaughtered.
So would you help Imam Hussein if he came back to life?
But I don't see where this is going. Like,
I don't think anyone does. But okay, anyhow, next point: do the Imams have the power to make it rain?
If they pray to God, yes.
Okay, but can they do it on their own will?
No, never.
Okay. Are you know your imams, right? The 12 imams, are they, according to you, can they forget?
Forget as in they knew something and then they lost memory of it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Can they make a mistake?
Mistake, again, you have to explain what you mean by the words you're using, right?
Like, I mean, like, can he make a mistake in non-dini issues?
No.
Non-dini, I'm saying.
No, nothing. No mistake at all.
Cannot make any mistake at all, right?
Yes.
The question to you is that when Imam Hassan did the treaty with Muawiyah, was that a mistake?
No, that was not a mistake.
Okay, so through that treaty, whatever took place, none of that was a mistake, right?
No, the results of it doesn't have to be the decision that he made was the most wise decision to be made at the time. But that doesn't mean that everything that resulted from it, Muawiyah broke that treaty, right?
Okay. Does the Quran mention regarding Hazrat Adam alayhi salam fanasiya falam najid lahu azma?
Adam, all the prophets except Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as per our belief, can forget. Yes.
Okay. So all other prophets can forget, but the 12 imams cannot forget, right?
Muhammad and the Prophet Muhammad as
Okay, so the Prophet Muhammad never forgot anything, right? According to you?
He's the most superior of prophets.
Okay, so how about the ayah innama ana basharun mithlukum? What does that mean?
It means he has a physical body like us and has the material, like physical, like humanly needs, just like we do, like eating, sleeping.
But he doesn't eat anymore, you said.
I said when he was on earth, right? He's a bashar when he's on earth.
But now he doesn't eat, right? In the skies?
Nobody, even when you believe that when we all die, we don't eat. I believe.
No, you do get food and drink, but it's not this earthly body.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. So now the point that comes is that your 12 imams, right? Do they have the power to kill someone?
Kill
like just by a look at the guy, like
No. But they can pray, and then that person can be dealt with by God.
Okay, that's with every prophet of Allah. Obviously, they can even.
Don't worry. We're not Barelvis. We don't believe like Abdul Qadir Jilani.
Anyhow, I think you guys have overtaken the Barelvis actually, based on my discussion with you.
Sure. If you want, we can talk about Tawheed as well.
Yeah.
Talk
So
about Mama.
you know the throne of Allah, the arsh of Allah, are the imams sitting with Allah?
No.
Okay.
Not Ibn Taymiyyah as well.
Okay.
Right?
He said they're sitting with Allah physically?
Who, Ibn Taymiyyah? He said that the Prophet is sitting on the right side of God.
Show me that reference.
Oh, you don't know that one? Okay.
No, I don't.
And he said whoever denies this is a Jahmi or something like that.
That Nabi System is sitting next to the arsh of Allah bodily?
He doesn't use the word bodily, but of course his beliefs lead to that. He's saying that God will make the Prophet sit on his right side on the day of resurrection. Let me get that.
Okay, see, you didn't say the word day of resurrection. That's a barzakh imam. It's not physical in that sense.
You have to know what Ibn Taymiyyah believes. Ibn Taymiyyah doesn't.
I know what he believes, but I don't agree with his views on Allah, obviously.
Sure, but
you're misinterpreting. Anyhow, my question to you is, in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Allah says your aqaid have to be based on the muhkam ayat. So why is it that all of the Shia aqaid, none of them are muhkam?
What do you mean they're not muhkam?
Like, for example, you accept that in this ayah Allah says, Huwallazi anzala alaykal kitaba. This kitaba means the Quran, right?
Which verse is this?
It's chapter 3, verse 7.
Okay. The one about the ta'wil, right?
Yeah,
the ta'wil, we believe the ar-rasikhuna fil ilm are the a'imma. They only know the ta'wil.
No, that I don't disagree with, bro. I agree.
I know your view.
No, what I'm asking you is, there's muhkam al-kitaba in this ayah. Does it mean the Quran?
Yes, of course.
So there's ayatun muhkamat and hunna ummul kitab. Do you agree?
Yes.
So why is it that the Shia aqaid, none of them are muhkam ayat?
What do you mean? Like if we talk about
explicit qati'ud dalala, like everything I asked you so far, you say, oh, it's implicit. Why is nothing explicit when it comes to Shia?
The topics you're trying to cover, those are juz'i. They're like tafsili. They're like particulars.
No, but imamat is your bunyad, brother.
No, who said that?
Imamat isn't one of your usul-e-din?
First you said it's a bunyad, then you say it's one of your, right? It's not
obviously when I'm saying it's bunyad, I'm not saying it's the only bunyad. The bunyad is tawheed, right?
Exactly. And
but I'm saying usul-e-din, is it amongst your usul-e-din?
Sure, but it's not the most important one.
Okay, is it one of the most important?
Of course, it's all the usul-e-din are important.
Okay, so it's important, right?
Okay, but the most important is Tawheed. And
is there any muhkam ayah in the Quran that speaks of your concept of imamat? Muhkam.
Okay, what do you understand from our concept of imama? But I wanted to talk about Tawheed with you because imama is something that, Shias discuss all the time. But
brother, what are you going to speak about Tawheed with me? I believe there's one Allah. He created everything.
That's not what I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
The sifat.
What about the sifat?
What do you believe about them?
Give me an example. I don't believe like you believe that the imams can bring back the dead. I don't believe that.
That's not what I mean when I say God's sifat.
Yeah.
What I mean is in the Quran, it mentions God having a face and a hand and everything.
I say laysa kamithlihi shay, and I don't go into the details of what that's like. It's not like the humans, obviously, and we leave the details to Allah. What He told us, we believe. What He hasn't told us, we don't get into that. It's laysa kamithlihi shay, and we affirm everything, but we don't go into the details. We believe Allah is free from location and jiha, and we believe He cannot be, yeah.
Do you follow the Maturidi school?
Generally, yes, but not in everything.
Okay. Well, do you say that the attributes of God are identical to His essence or not? Do you believe in divine simplicity?
I believe that none of his attributes can contradict his other sifat.
Sure, but are all the attributes identical to one another? And
what do you mean identical to one another?
Ontologically speaking, is God's essence, that, and his sifat one and the same, or are they two different things ontologically?
I don't know what you're trying to ask here. Like, tell me what you believe instead of asking such a question, and I'll tell you if I agree with you or not.
This is one of the most fundamental questions in Tawheed. This is why.
Yeah. So what's your view?
Be aware of your view, by the way, but I'll present my view. Yeah. We believe that the attributes of God are all identical to God's essence and identical to one another. So there's no composition in God's essence. And the attributes are not additional to the essence or separated from the essence. They are identical to the essence. So it's just the essence of God, which is identical to all of his attributes, like Qudra, Kalam, Ilm, Irada, and so on, right? This is our view. And I know that the Sunnis, the Maturidis, and others don't believe in divine simplicity, right? Which is a problem, a very big theological problem, right?
Okay, so this question that you're asking, like, to be honest with you, I haven't thought about it, nor do I remember any statement of the promised Messiah explicitly discussing this. But what I do know for sure is that your view that you've given us today regarding all of these topics and your beliefs of Nabi Sallam and the Imams and everything else you discussed, we do not believe that's Tawheed, brother. We believe that's far from Tawheed. This is obviously my personal view.
As a Sunni could say to you, sure.
Yeah, of course. Sunnis can say whatever they like, but right now I'm discussing with the Shia, right? So I'm going to mention my views about Shias. You've brought in Sunnis so many times. I think you're missing them, but you're speaking to an Ahmadi right now, right?
I'm trying to make you look at it from a different angle.
No, that's fine, but I'm discussing with the Shia, right? And I'm addressing you based on your own views and what I'm trying to say, because brother, as you know, this is Canada, and in 5 minutes I have to leave for Jummah. I didn't even notice the time because of our discussion, which I thank you for coming to. But anyhow, like, forget the Sunnis. They have their own beliefs that we will deal with them in a way you probably haven't seen before. That's another issue altogether. But right now, our discussion, I'll inshallah upload it as a separate discussion. I'll try before Jummah. Well, I have 5 minutes, but I'll try to upload it as a separate discussion as well, so others can see as well. But if your belief on Imams and Nabi Sallam, like you were ready to say that Nabi Sallam's body isn't intact, for us, that's like red zone boundary of blasphemy. That's our personal view. Obviously, you can feel free to believe whatever you like. You can believe Hazrat Isa has wings for all I care. You already said that he's coming back as with the angelic body. Feel free to believe that. But I believe Allah refutes you in the Quran when he says Kana ya'kulani ta'am. It's to refute such beliefs that he's not a human being, which is something you're basically preaching without even knowing it. But anyhow, brother, we will stay in touch and have that discussion on imamat that we had started. And I think I should get ready for Jummah now. I didn't even notice the time. So Jazakallah for coming. I enjoyed speaking to you. I don't agree with literally anything you said, and I'm sure you don't agree with anything we said. But it's good to have these discussions with the Shias as well, so we can show the people what you believe and you can respond to the misconceptions. You have that right, obviously. So it's nice to have you here. So Jazakallah for coming, brother.
Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, we'll stay in touch.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah. Fi amanillah.